What's up, you guys? We are back with another video. We have a show that I think gonna have the people talking in these YouTube streets. So welcome. If you are a new viewer, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get into the topics. All right, Bishop Whitehead and D.L. Hughley won a fight. He have challenged D.L. Hughley to a $1 million. He put up a $1 million boxing match. He want to face against D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley must have had altercation with Bishop Whitehead because he did a show and he didn't like how D.L. Hughley had presented him and painted him, and so now he want to fight D.L. Hughley. So OMG, I am here for. I hope that it goes through. I'm a huge fan of Bishop Whitehead because I love the fact that he's flashy, even though he's a false prophet. But I'm a huge fan of his being fancy. And he's a liar. But I'm just a fan. I'm a fan of of him. I think he's entertaining. I believe he's a false prophet because what bishop want to sit and box? What bishop want to sit and go back and forth? You supposed to be somewhere preaching about Job and Jacob and Pharaoh and David and the apostles and Peter and John. You supposed to be preaching, but this man won a box. And also shout out to Larry Reed. Bishop Whitehead posted a back to school event, and the place that he's supposed to hold the back to school event said they have nothing to do with this at all. That is no such thing as a back to school event at this event. At this establishment. So of course they repost the information, but he's a false prophet. All right. Anytime that you wear gold, and nothing wrong with wearing gold. Let me break it down. Or diamonds, and your members in your church is in a raggedy church, you, my son, is a false prophet. Because what you should do is put the resources back into the church, and the church should be draped in gold and silver and all of that. And your members should not be struggling. Your members should not be taking the public transportation. Your members should not have to take a cab to church and struggle or walk to church. You should invest back into your membership. Your pastor, I'm about to say something right now, should not be the only one in the church with money. Say it. Your pastor, your bishop, your apostle, your prophet should not be the only one profiting off of the gospel. If your preacher the only one that got gold and silver and you don't have none, you are in the wrong church. If you're not profiting, if the money not increasing in your bank account, you are in the wrong church. It's nowhere in the world that I'm going to give all of my money to a pastor and he eat good, he's living good. I'm still living in a 1-bedroom roach and mice infected house. You are in the wrong church. And that's the problem with a lot of black churches. The people are giving, but they're not receiving from their investment. You would come out better investing in the stock market, investing in the RA, investing in the index account than to give to Bishop so-and-so and Pastor so-and-so. If anybody is a member of Bishop Whitehead Church, they should be ashamed of themselves because that pastor is a false prophet. Anytime you cussing folks out, you want a box, you ain't no good preacher. Sit on down, you false prophet. And then when you go to his church, the church is raggedy. Stuff hanging off the ceiling. It's stumped down in the hood, but the preacher, he live in a gated community. You know you are a false prophet. I'm just saying. How do you believe that? Because I know I got a lot of people that go to church every Sunday and they give all that money and they living broke and the pastor driving a Mercedes-Benz. There's something wrong with that. I would want to go to a church where we all getting the fruits of the labor. We all driving Mercedes-Benz. We all dripped in gold. I don't want to go and all my pastor, he dripped in gold and silver, and I'm struggling. I'm trying to pay my rent. I'm struggling to put food on the table. but I'm giving to that church faithfully. It's something wrong with that, people. It's something wrong with that. And I say it humbly. There's something wrong with that. I'm in the wrong business. I might as well become a preacher, a prophet. These preachers now dripped in gold, silver, chains, living good. Let me become a pastor. Is it that easy? Let me open up a church and become Bishop Wiley. Ooh, that sound good. That just sound, that sound good. Bishop Marquise Wiley, Prophet Wiley. Let me go and open up me a church. Everybody else making money. I'm in the wrong business. Why not? Everybody else doing it. Who want to be my first lady? Hit the link. Let me go ahead and be a preacher. Everybody else doing it, making money. I don't want to struggle my whole life. Let me just open up a church. Anybody want to join my church? Hit the cash app. Send your tithes and offering to the Wiley Church. Hit the cash app. Who want to join my ministry? If you want to go offering, the doors of the church is open. Who want to join Red Bull Ministries? Red Bull Ministries. Who want to join my church, Red Bull Ministry? Oh, man. Okay. I'm just saying. All right. Okay. I'm just saying. Now we got to get into R. Kelly, and it's so sad. And I want to say this. I'm a huge fan of R. Kelly. Musically. Not a fan of the man. This man have allegedly our word, his goddaughter. She got on the stand, said they was having sex for years, hundreds of times. I just don't understand. You got to be a sick, twisted person. If you attractive, you a grown man, and you picking on children and teenagers to sleep with, you are sick. Sick. This man was screwing his goddaughter's mama and started screwing his goddaughter. And shame to the parents, because a lot of this stuff come from these parents are so ignorant and brainwashed because you want to be put on so that you would give your child up to a wicked predator. Shame to the parents. I think the parents need to be on trial as well as R. Kelly. Bring the parents on trial too, because they are sick and twisted as well. I'm just saying. And I say it humbly, because there's nowhere in the world this man should be coming, spend years of just screwing all of these people. And none of the parents are being brought to the court. I'm just saying, I believe the parents should be brought to the court too. I'm just saying, I believe the parents. I believe the parents should be brought up, because why would you sacrifice your baby? And with all this stuff, and then even the artist Sparkle, she even slept with R. Kelly, allegedly. And he slept with her niece. This is crazy. So I'm going to stop listening to R. Kelly music. Let me pause for a second. Hold on 1 second. I got to think about that. Let me go backstage. I want to stop listening to his music. The answer is no. That's some good music. I don't think I could throw away all of my R. Kelly CDs. I got a lot of R. Kelly albums. I don't know if I could throw my albums in the garbage right now. I like his music. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to dump it in the dumpster. I bought too many albums. I got nice vinyls of R. Kelly. of his music, of his debut album. I don't know if I can throw that in the garbage. I don't know if I can throw I Believe I Can Fly in the garbage. I sung that in my 8th grade graduation. I don't know. I'm going to still listen to that man music, Step in the Name of Love. Seem Like You're Ready. Yay! But because I know how to be mature and be an adult about it. I know how to separate the man from the music. And let's be clear. If we cancel R. Kelly music, we're going to have to be cancel a lot of people music that do wrong. Should we cancel Chris Brown? He was knocking Rihanna out. Should we cancel his music? We still go to his concerts. So I'm still going to listen to the man music. I'm not going to stop. I'm just not going to stop listening to his music. I don't know. I'm going to blast this. We're going to do an after show, and I'm going to play some R. Kelly hits, and I'm going to show you why he is supposed to be the king of R&B, because the man know how to write good records. That song that he said, I'm Your Angel. Oh, good music. Good music. He just lived a raggedy life. He lived a raggedy life. A lot of y'all ain't counsel Reverend James Cleveland music, and he was molesting young boys. And they still have awards for Reverend James Cleveland. They still play Reverend James Cleveland music in churches and stuff. And he was accused allegedly of molesting young boys, but they still play it. They still play the man music on the radio. So if we're going to counsel R. Kelly, let's cancel every predator. And then a lot of music we're going to have to stop listening to, because it's a lot of people that's preying on young girls. Look at what they said about Trey Songz. Should we stop listening to Trey Songz? Neighbors Know My Name. He's been accused of activity. Snoop Dogg been accused. Should we stop listening to Snoop Dogg? E-Dog? Should we stop listening? A lot of these musicians live raggedy lives. Should we stop listening to their music? Some of the members of the Temptations was beating their wives. Should we stop listening to the Temptations? I'm just saying. So some of your faves live raggedy lives, and I know how to separate the man from the music. I do. I know how to separate the man from the music. That's what I know how to do that. Okay? Now, when y'all come up in here, I need y'all to like the video. When y'all come up in this room, I need y'all to like the video. Like the video right now and subscribe. We give y'all good content here. Subscribe, because we have some developments that we're going to have to talk about in this video that's going to shake the table. Okay? I believe it's going to shake the table. It may shake the chair. Okay? So make sure y'all like the video. All right? So, give me a second here. Let me make sure. All right. Okay. Make sure. All right. We're going to go to the next topic here. We get through these topics. We ain't going to be here all day long, because we're going to open up the phone lines. Now, Mr. Armon Wiggins, y'all know the brother. He's a YouTuber, and he have 100,000 subscribers. And I checked the list of, you know what I did today? I did some research. Yes, I was sitting in my bed, and I said, who is the top YouTubers making the most money? Do you know what I found? When I looked at the top YouTubers that was making the most money, I did not see not one person that looked like me. I didn't see not one African American. Not one. I looked at the top YouTuber that's making the millions, 40 million, 50 million. Not one black person I seen on that list. Not one. It was no commentators, celebrity gossip commentators that do celebrity gossip that's in the list. Nobody that's talking about Cardi and Nicki. They're not on the list. Why is that? I checked the list and I was hurt. I said, why are not some of my colleagues, including myself, on that list? And I said, wow. I said, I haven't found another niche because I want to make some millions. I need to diversify my content and make millions. I need to be riding a skateboard or traveling or having a traveling blog or something else, because I'm like, wow, I don't see nobody that make millions that look like me on the list. So Armon Wiggins came down to our little bitty channel. Our little bitty channel. I need y'all to type in the chat, little bitty channel. We were just having a good old time talking about his exclusive interview on our little bitty channel. Mind our own business. We just breaking, like, callers calling in, they're giving their thoughts. Baby, them black women called in and y'all did not disappoint. They called Storm Monroe weak. They call him weak. On this little bitty channel. They called that man weak. They dragged him from his head down to the sole of his feet. So Armon Wiggins came in the chat and he was just trying to drag Wiley, saying our people are haters. And then me, I did my research. I went over there to Stationary to see what was being said. His followers, including him, was calling y'all old hags. They called my audience old women. Now, I hang around some of my supporters that's here. There are young women up in their 30s. They're not old. We don't have people. We do have some people that are old, and we appreciate them, right? We appreciate them every single month, okay? We love our audience that's on Social Security, that's in nursing homes. We do. But not all of our audience. We have a diversity over here. We have people in their 20s. We have people in their 30s. We have people in their 40s. We have people in their 50s. We have people in their 60s. We have people in their 70s. I think the oldest subscriber I probably have is in her mid-80s. And we talked to her because she called me every once in a while in the nursing home. Her family was like, how did she know about the Wiley Show? Because I'm an entertaining person. And my age, I'm 31. So, I need, before we go to the next level here, how old are you? Post your age. I need you to post your age. I'm 31. I'll be 32 on November 11th. But post your age. Let me see. How old are you? We got somebody that's 38, 43, 47, 26, 31, 30, 96, 29, 34, 39, 101. Stop playing with me, Pete. 62, 40, 57. Somebody said, old enough to be your mama. 23, 86, 50. 43, 38, and 40-ish. Okay. So he was saying it about that, and we were saying we were just literally mind our own business when we were doing our show, and we were just doing commentary on it. And a lot of the gay rumors that were said about Storm came from Armon Wiggins' show. Yeah, literally came from his show. And he put the rumors out there. He called that man so many derogatory terms. Only thing that Storm did, post the man daddy. He post the man dad, that raggedy man living a raggedy life. Just posts that raggedy, slooped up, thirsty looking. He just posted the man daddy. He's, that's all he did. Talked about the man daddy. That's all he did. And then Armon, he went live and started questioning Storm's sexuality and this. I'm like, what? All he did was just post this raggedy, bald-headed, wrinkle looking. That's all. That's all he did. He didn't call Armon Wiggins' daddy gay. Down low. He didn't do none of that. He just posted the man picture and he got upset. Oh, you're talking about my daddy. Well, you talking about somebody's mama, Nicki. Nicki is somebody's mama. You talk about Nicki Minaj. She got a child. That's somebody's mama. But you okay with it? But soon somebody posts your raggedy looking, dusty looking daddy on the screen, you got a problem with that. I just don't understand that. You talk about people, mamas, daddy, call them bees, call them all type of names, all down your chat. Call them and then somebody posts your raggedy daddy, you mad and upset. I would post this picture. I can't find it. I know he had it. Let me see if I can find that picture. Hold up. Let me see if I can post this picture up here. Let me see. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's his daddy picture? Oh, I can't find it. He had it somewhere. I think he put. I have to post it. I have to post a letter. And we just have to talk about his daddy for members only. So I'm not gonna post his daddy picture. I'm just doing commentary. Raggedy. He would take Armon, you know you a raggedy dad. You know you got to be raggedy. Take his son to McDonald's, didn't even give the man no Sprite. Armon said, when I would go to McDonald's, I couldn't even get a Sprite with my hamburger. You know you raggedy. You can't give your own son a Sprite. Just want to sit down with your raggedy self. He wanted a Sprite to eat with his hamburger, and his daddy didn't let him eat it. Then his daddy got this woman, his stepmom, and they used to lock Armon Wiggins in the attic somewhere, didn't even feed him. So that's all Storm did. But Storm, sexuality got dragged. So a lot of the black women that I was talking to a lot of the thugs, I talked to the thugs, I said, how would you feel? Would you go on somebody's channel and they call you the F word and the S word? They call you weak and a coward. Would you go on somebody's platform like that? No, man, I won't even go on nobody's platform like that. No, man, that's kind of weak what Storm did. I used to like him, man. That's kind of weak right there. That's weak. They was calling them weak. I was talking to the thugs. I talk to all type of people. Thugs, gangbangers, don't make me no difference. I talk to them. And I said, would you go on somebody's platform? No, man, I won't do no stuff like that. Man, did you see him on that? Didn't even answer the question. He looked at all sad. He looked at weak. That's weak stuff, man. That's weak. And then the women, they called them weak. I just sat there and all I did was just open up the phone. All I did was just open up the phone lines. That's all I did. That's all I did. And the black women, they spoke up. I have no control about these black women. When you calling them all type of names like Armon Wiggins did, he called OG a monkey, he called black women bees, he called them raggedy, called them all type of stuff. Of course, they're not going to be happy when you interview on Storm. They're not going to be happy. They're not going to celebrate you when you degrade them a lot on your platform. They're not going to come out here, well, let's just celebrate him. He interviewed Storm. Let's round of applause. He's so happy. He interviewed Storm. They wasn't going to congratulate that. I don't know if that they think that they was going to get that a round of applause. Even Storm knew he wasn't getting a round of applause. I don't think Storm was really thinking about that. Because it looked like he wasn't even interested in going. I thought I was going to see the Storm with the white jacket, you know what I'm saying, was going to get up there and try to be all upbeat. He was all nervous and shy. Yeah, that's just it. That's what we saw, and that's what the people saw. And we just gave our opinion. And then soon when the people dragged, Armon went with his throat. His throat was hurting. Now he just got back from overseas and his throat was hurt. Talking about we need to get tested. Throat was all hurt. His throat was hurt. So he wanted his subscribers. Let me tell you why it didn't work. He wanted his subscribers to read me. They couldn't even do it. And he's, I got to get off the line. My throat hurt. Yeah, when you using that throat, putting all that stuff down there, all them inches and all that wicked stuff down your throat, of course it's going to be hurt. His throat was hurting. Talking about, you should be going somewhere to the throat doctor, getting checked and tested, worried about Brother Wiley. My throat wasn't even hurting. His throat, he had to get off the line because his throat was hurting. That's what you get when you talk about the Wiley Show. His throat was hurting. Don't worry about what I'm doing over here. We just over here talking, doing commentary. No different than anybody else. It was other black women that was doing commentary. What's that black chocolate? Says she chocolate. What's her name? Let me see. I'm trying to find her name. What is her name? She chocolate. A nice chocolate says she chocolate. Do y'all know her name? She's nice and chocolate. Jovi Beauty. Yeah, Jovi Beauty. She did a title, and the name of the title was Armon Wiggins and Storm on Conversation, a shared obsession with Tasha K. A shared obsession with Tasha K. That's what she said. That black woman said a shared obsession. So I wasn't the only person that came out and did, and the people disagreed with the interview. Talk about her. Don't be just coming on me. That chocolate sister said it was a shared obsession. So I wasn't the only one. Then Armon Wiggins, he was feeling himself. YouTube was dead when I was on vacation. It wasn't dead, it was alive. We was getting clicks and views when you was on vacation. Don't be feeling yourself like that. You acting like you in the top 10 making millions. You ain't making millions. So I sit down and talk about YouTube was dead. No, it wasn't. It was alive. That mean if it was dead, you saying Storm Monroe was dead? You said that Tasha K was dead. It was alive and well. We didn't even notice that you was gone on that vacation. You and your man that you can control and put on a leash. So I sat out down. So YouTube was so dead when I was gone and we woke it up. We don't care nothing about that. We gonna talk about it whether you was on here or whether you're not on here. It was alive and well. And if y'all think I'm a hater, that's your opinion. Black women and black brothers and white sisters and white brothers, that's your opinion. If you think that I'm a hater, that's your opinion. I ain't gonna get mad at you because that's how you think. I'm gonna tell you what I am. I'm just a man that do commentary on people. Whether you're a celebrity, whether you a commentator, that's all I do. If you don't like it, you can pack your bags and hit the door. But if you got something to say, I will open up the phone lines. I will allow you to call in and give your thoughts. Because on this show, we allow the people to speak their minds. That's what we allow. Now, that was that. So we wish them well, Storm Monroe, that's great. That's great. All right. Thank you, Storm. All right. We love you, Storm. We love you over here. I think that you're a great guy. Little people. We wish you well. All right. So now this last subject probably is going to get me in a lawsuit. I'm probably going to be served with some paperwork. But I got to talk about it. Now, this last one, moderators, ushers, we're going to have to pull resources together to get me an attorney. Because this last subject, it may be a lawsuit. It may be coming. I may get a cease and desist, but I got to talk about it. So we're going to pull our resources together, pull it out your bra, and hit the cash out because we may get a lawsuit. Now, here we go. Now, this story is just something. Von Ray, y'all remember Von Ray? He used to date Chelsea, Tasha K employee. Storm Monroe said that Tasha K came to him and said that we're going to put an allegation out on Von Ray that he R word, y'all know what the R word is, Chelsea. And if you don't do what we want you to do, we will put that allegation out on you because you got a lot of female followers. He said that in his live. He went on Armon Wiggins' platform. He said the exact same thing on Armon Wiggins' platform. I went over to Consciouz TV platform. Consciouz said that the allegations is true. That Von assaulted Chelsea. That he R-worded her. He pretty much agreed that the allegations is true. Said on this platform. If you know anything, that him and Chelsea is cool. He said it is true. That because I heard the same allegations. It's true. If you don't believe me, you can go to Consciouz TV previous live that he did. You can go to the 1 hour mark and keep listening. He got to talking. And I'm like this. I'm hurt. Because if Chelsea was violated by Brother Von Ray, why in the world is he still walking free in these streets? If the rumors and allegations is true, why is Von Ray still walking these streets free? If these rumors are true. Now, I can't say it's true or not true, because guess what? I was not there. Why is it being spoken about now? Von Ray was shot a couple of times in bad shape. He's healing now, got rods out of his head. But why now these allegations are coming out? And then Consciouz TV said, well, I was dropping a little signal about the allegations back in January. That Chelsea did not want to hurt Von Ray. But my thing to this, Chelsea, or anybody, if you get violated and you let that man go free, he's going to get another black woman and he's going to continue to do the same damn thing. He's in a whole new relationship. What about the new woman he's with? If you don't cooperate with the cops and tell the cops what happened to you, you allow that man to go and violate the next woman, allegedly. 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 You allow that black man to go walk free to violate the next woman, allegedly. I'm just saying, whether it's true or not. So when I was hearing this, I'm like, this is bad. And I said this to somebody. I got a phone call yesterday. I said, he needs to be in jail if it's true. He needs to be arrested because he got a whole nother black woman that he's with. What about her? And then I'm wondering, like, you just got popped by somebody. Did that have something to do with what you did to Chelsea? I don't know. But the streets are talking. Now, people did not want me to do this live and talk about it. But I said these words. I said Consciouz TV talked about it. Storm Monroe talked about it twice. And he went on Armon Wiggins' show talking about it. And Armon Wiggins asked him the question. So, of course, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get some clicks and views. And I'm going to be able to get my side. Now, if Chelsea was violated, of course Von Ray should be locked up and thrown in jail and throw away the key. But everybody else is talking about it. People don't want Brother Wiley to talk about it. Oh, no, Wiley, don't you talk about it. Why not? Everybody else getting clicks and views and talking about it. So whether y'all believe it or not, these allegations is out there and it's public. One thing that my pastor said, Dr. Larry D. Reed, that brother said, if it's public, He's going to talk about it. If it's public, it's fair game. One thing Bishop Woody said in the pulpit, once it's public, he's going to talk about it. I'm going to say something today on August the 19th, 2022. If it's public, it's fair game. If it's public. Now, whether y'all believe it or not, it's fair game. Now, I talked to some key players in this. They said Von Ray is innocent. He didn't do it. Some people said he's guilty. It's up to y'all to decide whose side you want in that situation. Now, do y'all want me to open up the phone lines? It's sad. It's really, really sad, because if this is true, that means Chelsea was violated. And charges need to be brought up against Brother Von Ray if it's true. See, the thing is, no paperwork has been filed yet. Storm didn't get a cease and desist. He went freely on Armon Wiggins' show and repeated that it happened, and that Storm Monroe went on his show and brought it up, and Consciouz TV said, don't throw Storm Monroe under the bus. He ain't lying. He telling the truth that it happened. He said, don't throw Storm Monroe under the bus because it happened. And Consciouz said, well, Chelsea did not want to hurt Von. That's understandable, because if you've been victimized, a lot of black women that have been victimized don't want to see a black man thrown in jail. They don't want to go through the process of getting a R-word kid going through trial. A lot of black women, and that's understandable. That's very understandable. But then you get some people on the other side that say, well, what about the other? Will you let him go free? What about somebody else that he may victimize? You are allowing this man to run loose. Or it's just up to y'all to decide. We're going to open up these phone lines. Really, really sad, because it's making Tasha K look bad, and it's making Chelsea look bad, whether it's true or not. Out there, and I do believe Von Ray should respond. I sent Von Ray, I got Von Ray's number from his baby mama, and I sent him a text. I want to know, is these allegations just true or not? Baby mama told me no comment. She didn't want to speak on it, but I showed text Von Ray. I said, is these allegations are true? I got to do my job. Is it true? If you want, do you want to give me a statement on this? He left me on red, and I said, well, I'm gonna go live and talk about it. You can't say Brother Wiley didn't reach out to you for a statement, because I reached out for a statement. My message was left on red. But I do believe Von Ray should respond. Hello? I'm live right now. Okay. Bye-bye. I'm live, getting phone calls. Like, people don't want me to talk about
your show
it.
now. Press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in 35 seconds.
Von left. He left. Okay. Okay, we're going to open up the phone lines, and we're going to allow you all to call in. 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447. So it may be some lawsuits. Paperwork may be filed. I may be calling to a lawsuit. I may be getting called to testify, and I'm all here for
Your
it.
show will go live in 5 seconds. 4.
Okay. Now, people said they need the whole story. And of course, Chelsea's going to have to respond to this too, because her name is being mentioned in this. So, but, I really wouldn't have talked about it today. As in my original title, I was going to talk about R. Kelly. I was going to talk about Bishop Whitehead. And I was going to talk about Armon Wiggins. I wasn't going to talk about this. But once people said, listen, Wiley, Consciouz agreed that that confirmed that it happened on his show at the 1 hour mark. I said, really? So I listened to it. I said, oh, so I got to talk about it. Let's go to the phone lines here. 0235, you're live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, listen, I I thought what CTV was trying to say is that what Storm said was true about Tasha trying to put a lie out on Vaughn. That's what the impression that I got. I didn't think that that those rumors were actually true about what happened. So that's why I'm a little bit confused about the whole situation.
That's why Chelsea's gonna have to respond to this, because one part people will say, well, it's just believed that Chelsea and Tasha lied about it, or it could be Vaughn actually did it, because you can take what Conscious said two different ways. You could take it as he believed that they try to put a lie out, or you could take it as that it actually happened and he's going to take up for his friend Chelsea. You could take it two different ways of what Conscious TV had said, because he went on a whole rant talking about it.
But what Storm implied is that Tasha and Chelsea were trying to go after Vaughn and put out a lie on him. And let's just say if those allegations are true.
Because he applied, because Conscious applied that it was true, the way how I took it.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about what Storm said about Chelsea and Tasha going after Vaughn. And if those R-word allegations were true, they could have just went out to the police and his ass would have been in jail.
Because he said
So
that, because Conscious said, why didn't Storm go to Vaughn and tell Vaughn about it? And then Conscious was like, well, if you remember, Chelsea didn't want to hurt Vaughn anymore. She didn't want to cause any more harm to him. He said that. Did you hear that part? What he said?
Yes, but I feel that Conscious is putting like two situations together and trying to make it make that. I think that he's getting mixed up, because there was a time where she didn't want to hurt him. Right now, I really think that she's trying to go after him, because Vaughn said himself, like back in January when all this mess was starting, that he was supposed to sign some deal with Tasha and he said no, and that's when everything went left. Mm-hmm. And that's why he believes, and Storm believes, that Tasha and Chelsea are after him. So my thing is that you are right. We need Chelsea and we need Tasha to address this head on, and just after that and leave it, because I don't want to hear about this anymore. If no one's going to provide a receipt about these allegations, then drop it.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in and giving your side.
All right. Thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. Somebody said something that Conscious TV, which is why Conscious should have left it alone if he wasn't going to be clear. He only added to the mess. I agree with that comment. Let's go to the phone lines. 1020. 1020.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. I believe that Vaughn did do it, because Vaughn has a violent past in his past relationship. So I do believe that he did rape Chelsea. Also, you can be raped by a boyfriend that you're currently in a relationship, or an ex-boyfriend, or even a husband. You could still be raped by that person. So that's just my opinion. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. Thank you so very much. The call lines is open, 646-716-8447. Jeff, thank you so very much. We're going to we have a lot of callers in here. I think we got about 20 callers. Let's try to get to them all. 4636, caller, you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I think that this is really sad, because if it's true, like Conscious, from what I took from what Conscious said, was that he was saying that what Storm said was true. But I don't understand, if it's true, then why would Storm put it out as if Chelsea and Tasha was making up a lie against them? That's what doesn't make sense to me.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point that you made.
Like, I don't understand. I think, like, if there's Storm throwing this around like it's a joke, like it's a get back at Tasha K and Chelsea. And I'm very clear that, Chelsea is no one's favorite person, but nobody deserves to be raped or beat or anything like
At
that.
all.
And if it is true, this man needs to be in jail, because looking at Von Ray's track record, he is bad news. And really, none of them fell out with each other until Von Ray came into the picture. So the common denominator would be Von Ray, not Tasha, not Chelsea, not Storm. They were all friends before Von Ray showed up. So that's all I have to say, Wally. I love your show.
All right. Thank you so very much for that. Okay. Thank you. 0750.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, producer. Okay, Wiley. What I wanted to say was, I heard what you said about women protecting men that were victimized at one time in their life. Yeah, that's true. But I'm telling you, there's a whole nother generation of women out here that they protect boyfriends, husbands, and people close to them, family. They don't want to put that stigma on them. And yeah, they'll put a rape charge on someone they don't know. But when it comes to someone that either they love or they once loved, a lot of times they won't do that. I feel like he did do that. I read in the chat too, someone said that he was walking around with his eggplant out when he was at Storm's house. I don't remember where I heard that, but yeah,
I heard that too. They said that he was walking around
alive
with his thing out. I heard that too. See, and people getting mad. So, you shouldn't talk
Yeah.
about it, but it's public. Conscious talk about it. It's Storm.
Exactly.
No, nobody.
This is something needs to be talked about, because this happens to women every day, and these men go on to do this to other women. Like, it's so sad, because honestly, I don't think she's going to admit to it. I think she's going to debunk everything that we're talking about today. I don't even think I think she's going to still protect him, because, and also he's a drug addict. Like, I mean, what are the chances that, like, he really did this at a time that he's high, they're fighting, he's trying to have sex and she don't want to have sex? You know what I'm saying? There's a real small, thin line when it comes to that rape type stuff. And I believe that was something she brought up to Tasha. Tasha was the one that was pushing for that to be put out there. And Chelsea didn't want to do that. She didn't want to go forward with that. She's still protecting him. And she's going to continue to protect him, because now he's at his lowest point. She's not going to bend and break him. Not now.
Thank you so very
But
much.
that's all I had to say, Wiley. Thank you for so much. And I love your show. And I love you, Wiley.
Love you too. Okay, the phone lines is open, 646-716-8447. We're going to go to the next caller here, 4129. You live on air.
Hello, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, so I did watch Conscious TV's video. He pretty much said that Chelsea did tell him that Von Ray violated her. So Storm made it seem like Chelsea and Tasha K were about to make up a lie that Von Ray violated her, but Conscious TV said no. Chelsea told him that something happened with Von Ray. And I believe that Storm saw something, because he did say that their relationship was toxic. Also, Von Ray has a history of being violent towards women and people in general. Let's not forget, he did shoot up a whole birthday party. That's why he went to jail. And honestly, I believe something happened. I believe Chelsea. I do believe Von Ray did something to her. And lastly, Storm Monroe is very, very messy, because he's the one that brought this whole thing to the internet. And he wasn't really clear about it, because he's hurt. He's still hurt by Tasha K. And he's just trying to hurt everybody else. But he's the one that brought it up to the internet. And he should clarify what really he meant. Is he saying that it happened, or just, like, he did not make it clear. Anyways, That's all I have to say.
I agree because Storm brought it to the internet and he said it on his channel and Armon asked him the same question and he said it again on Armon Wiggins' channel. And then Consciouz went live saying like, well, it was confirmed that it did happen by Chelsea.
Yeah, so it's two different stories, why when you look at it. Because Storm said, well, Tasha and Chelsea, you guys were trying to make up a lie that Von Ray did this thing. And then Consciouz was like, well, I know that whatever happened, something happened between Von Ray and Chelsea told me and blah, blah, blah. So Storm, at the end of the day, we would not know whatever happened in that relationship if it wasn't for Storm Monroe. Storm Monroe, the whole thing, Storm Monroe has been the one going to the internet spilling tea about the relationship. He's the one that told us that Von Ray and Chelsea were sleeping on the mattress. He's the one that told us the relationship was toxic. He's the one that's been running to the internet. So he needs to clarify exactly what he meant, what he's exactly, to be clear, because it's not making sense to everyone. So what, did something happen or what did not happen? Like, be clear, Storm Monroe. And Storm is very messy. I'm sorry, I like Storm Monroe, but there's something very disingenuous about him, something very fake about him. That's all I got to say. Why I love your show, and that's it.
Thank you so very much. Storm is in the chat, and he said, quote, it was brought up to make it clear why I walked away. And then Consciouz agreed that something happened because he put it in his words that something happened. So if Storm want to call in to try to clarify it, he's more than welcome. We got a lot of callers in queue, so I will drop the link for Storm if you want to clarify. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello, Wiley. How are you doing?
I'm hyped.
Absolutely. It's a lot going on. With that being said, I want to just, before we get into all of the mess with the YouTubers, I just want to get into R. Kelly. Hearing that's just very, very sad. It's disgusting. I feel like R. Kelly, you know, he was in the dark doing dirt for years, and it all finally came to light. I'm very much so happy that he is in jail. Like I truly am. I'll try to be one of those people that try to look past it and just focus on his music, because he has dropped so many great projects, but you know, at this point it doesn't mean anything. We've praised him long enough. So at the end of the day, what's done is done, and I'm glad that everything is all coming out to light. So that's all I wanted to say about R. Kelly. Moving on to Storm Monroe. I just feel like with him, he went about everything the wrong way. I feel like Armon and the people who support him want everybody to think that we're hating on him, but he's a hater himself. Look at him. And then Storm, you done sat up on your platform and you have said numerous times that you don't respect Armon. This is the same black man who disrespected OG, went along with racial slurs about her. And you were very, very mad about that. That really, really did not sit well with you. And then because you and Tasha K fall out, you go back to his platform. That don't even make any sense. And then you wonder why we don't respect y'all. It just really blows my mind. Like with Armon, you want your respect, you want your stripes, but look at how you're trying to go about getting it. And you want us to really root for you, but we are looking at you bash another black woman. I don't care what nobody say, how anybody feels about Tasha K. Armon is the same exact person, and I'm sick of this hypocritical BS. I'm just so sick of it. And at the end of the day, Storm, you could have interviewed with anybody. You did not have to go on Armon Wiggins' show to run your mouth and bring up all of this and that about Chelsea. And Wiley, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really pay attention to Chelsea like that. I never really thought that she was like really big out here in the streets. I'm not even gonna lie. But what I will say is that it is wrong that it's being put out there, especially if Chelsea didn't want it out. And I feel like Consciouz, what's his name? Because I don't know him either.
No, that was Consciouz TV. He's another YouTuber that put it out there.
Yes. Excuse me. For the life of me, I don't even know why he even spoke on it to begin with. Because that's the thing. Why are other YouTubers and bloggers even speaking on certain stuff that don't got nothing to do with them? Wiley, I understand why you spoke on it because you're in it. They bring you up constantly. Armon brings you up constantly. But my thing is with Consciouz TV, he really started something. And I feel like you can always tell when a person wants to be a part of something. You can always tell when a person wants to insert themselves in something that has nothing to do with them. Ain't nobody looking at you, but you want to make yourself heard. And I just feel like with Chelsea, these are grown men speaking on this woman. Now, as far as her situation with Von, if all of that is true, then Von deserves the same treatment as R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, rape is wrong. You don't force yourself on a woman. No means no, no matter what, right? But at the end of the day, do you know how hard it is for women and young men, because men get raped too, to cope with that? So if they share something like that with you, why go out your way to spew it out, knowing that these people that hate this girl for associating herself with Tasha K, knowing that they're going to throw that in her face? A lot of these people don't give a DAMN. They don't give a FUCK. So it's like, who really has good intentions for real? I just think it's all the way wrong. I feel like Storm played himself. You should have never even went out your way to do that. Just because Tasha K is this foul person that everybody thinks she is, doesn't mean y'all have to go out y'all's way to do the same. Because it starts from deep within. Don't be no monkey see, monkey do type of person. The tit for tat is BS. If ain't nobody dropping any proof, no receipts, be quiet. Be quiet. Because we all got past. We all got a past. We all got hardships that we wouldn't tell nobody, because that's between us and God. At the end of the day, I hope this is a lesson for everybody. Stop telling your business. How about that? Stop thinking you can trust these people, because at the end of the day, we go through a lot of stuff. We go through a lot of stuff that really don't nobody really need to know. And my thing is, are you people actual really bloggers? Not you, Wiley. Are y'all real bloggers or YouTubers, or are y'all just looking for a way in, looking for a way out, trying to spew out negativity? When did it become about this? Like, this is crazy. I hope moving forward, everybody learn from this. Keep your personal drama to yourself. If you got a job to do at the end of the day, if you call yourself a personal gossip blogger, you don't get up on these public platforms telling people's business. People commit suicide behind stuff like this. Ain't no telling what Chelsea going through. I feel like everybody need to be about themselves. Because really, Wiley, and I'm going to throw you up in here too now, because I love you and I like you a lot. But y'all got to be about yourself, because really, everybody is messy. Everybody is messy. Who really has who's back for real? Nobody.
Well,
Nobody.
I would say
Keep
this,
it
though.
above.
I would say this. Once something is
Go
public,
ahead.
that's going to make the commentators talk about it because it's public.
I get it.
And the question was brought up on Armon Wiggins' show, and Storm talked about it. He talked about it on his show. So now it's out there. And so now the ball is in Chelsea court to either respond or not respond. And then also Consciouz TV talked about it. The ball is in his court to clarify on what he said. So this is why I'm talking about. I would have never known this if Storm didn't share it on this platform, to be honest. If he didn't share it on this platform, this would have not been a topic today.
Right. You're absolutely correct. And I agree with you. And it starts from Consciouz TV. I don't even know why he even brought it up. To me, it's pick-me behavior. I'm sorry. I just feel like with him, He wanted to be a part of something that's pick me behavior, and dude, you still didn't get chose. You look like a fool. And that's just my opinion. Storm Monroe, pick me, and you didn't get chose either. Armon Wiggins, he think he got chose, but he just is a toss-up. And that's just what it is.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in.
You're welcome.
Thank
I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Okay. We got a lot of callers, so we're doing a little time limit because we got a lot of callers. I want everybody to get their thought across. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
So, I just wanted to share what I noticed going on. There was one story that took on two roads here. The first one is Storm Monroe put it out there that Tasha said to him, I plan on releasing this story, so you should separate yourself from Monroe unless you want to get caught up in it. Now, it's my belief that Storm thought it was a lie. Tasha never said, I'm going to put out a fake story. He said exactly that she planned on putting out a story. Well, later on, about a minute into his commentary, he basically alluded that he assumed it's a BS story, right? That it's a fake story. So he didn't want no parts of it. He's going to separate himself. Now, the problem is when he went on to Armon's show, Armon said that Tasha, I want to ask about the fake story Tasha was going to put out. Now, Storm didn't correct him and say, she never told me it was a fake story.
Wow.
See,
yeah.
Storm might think it's fake, right? Because he didn't see it. Nobody, like Chelsea didn't tell him when it happened, or maybe Vaughn didn't tell him. So for him, he can't see his boy forcing himself on that woman when they probably had a lot of makeup sex after fighting anyways. So now, number 3 is when Consciouz TV came in and gave his commentary, he said he was going to clear Storm's name because Storm did not lie. Now, what was the lie that Consciouz is talking about? Consciouz was saying that there is not a lie behind the story that something may have happened to Chelsea. However, he didn't address the part that Tasha can sue him for is to imply and then confirm. So he implied that it was a fake story on his own show, and then he went on to Armon's show, and on that show is where he was confirming it, because Armon did use the word fake story. And so Storm never clarified that Tasha said it was a fake story. So when Consciouz came in, Consciouz is trying to clear up, like, this is not the first time we've heard of this. I was privy to that information early on. And those that watched back in December, there was a point where Consciouz did receive a bunch of video, audio evidence where he seemed like kind of spooked and taken back and said, I'm not going to share this. This is too deep. This will get this man landed in jail. So the confusion with Consciouz is he was trying to clear Storm's name. However, he didn't clear up the part that Storm implied and then later confirmed that it was an actual fake story, right? It was probably not a fake story where Storm took it as a threat. Like, if I put this story out there, you're going down with him too. Whereas Tasha's probably telling him, realistically, if we have to go public with what happened to Chelsea, you will go down with them because of your association. It's not necessarily a threat. It's reality. It's realistic information. So it's basically Storm put out the story. He probably personally felt like it was a lie, and it might not have been a lie, but it took on its own life over there on Armon's when he said this fake story. And then Storm continued. When Armon asked him to verify it, Storm deflected by saying, so let me tell you what happened. This was a threat. She basically threatened me. So he's going along with the story that it's fake, if that makes sense. So it caused a lot of confusion because I think Consciouz TV was trying to do the right thing by saying, hey, this story did exist. But the problem is Storm presented it as if it was going to be a fake story. And
right.
that's the part that never got cleared up.
All
So
right.
I don't know. I think it just turned into a big giant mess, and that's what happens when there's too many cooks in the kitchen. And
Thank you.
Conscious TV was trying to be respectful and use a lot of subliminals and stuff like that, but that confuses people because not everybody will catch the tea correctly.
Right. Like, don't,
And
for me, make sure y'all, excuse me, make sure y'all like the video right now. Click the like button right now or I will end the stream, not bring all these callers on. So make sure y'all click the like button because when he left the subliminals, you left more questions. It didn't get cleared. Just when something is this magnitude, a serious allegation like this, be clear 100%. Don't leave us a subliminal. Be clear.
be very clear because it's very serious. And by him constantly saying and reiterating, like I saw and I heard, and there was stuff that I didn't publish on the Patreon because it would have really put him in jail. That is implying that the assault probably happened in his opinion. And it's implying, right? He could always say, well, I never said, Conscious could go back with all of this and say, well, I never said that. I never said that. Well, implying and leaving it open for assumption with subliminals is a really nasty and risky game to play. And even Chelsea did bring this up back in December. She brought up not the SA, right, not the R word allegation, but she did bring up where he hit her head against the washer or the dryer or in between. I don't remember, but she did bring that up momentarily. And at the time, a lot of people were attacking her because Tasha K's employee was sleeping with somebody, right? Everybody was pretty much against Chelsea. Nobody even really heard that or paid attention to it too much. So she did talk about that part for a brief minute, but yeah, I just really think that we have to listen to words very carefully.
All
because
right.
when Storm first started out, he said she planned on releasing a story. He didn't say she planned on releasing a fake story until about another minute passed.
Thank you.
He said he didn't believe.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. We're gonna go to the next caller. Thank you so very much. We're trying to get to the callers. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all like. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yes. 4144, calling you on the air.
Hello, Wiley.
Hey.
Yeah, I was just calling in to say that I don't think that Conscious TV did anything wrong. I think that Conscious TV was trying to let you know and everybody know that Storm's statement was a true statement, meaning that Tasha K did tell Storm that about Von Ray, but I do not think that Von Ray actually did that, what Tasha said. I think Tasha is lying, and she is trying, and I think her and whatever that girl, Chelsea, you know what I'm saying, they holding some type of grudge. They holding a grudge, and they dirty people. It's just as simple as that, and they do dirty things. I don't trust neither one of them, and I don't think that Von Ray had to do that, and I don't think that he did do that. And if he did do that, when you were so mad and you was pressing charges against him, why wasn't that one of the charges? If he did that to you while you was doing all of the other pressing charges, trying to get him put out his apartment and doing all of these things, why didn't that be one of the charges that he R-raped you? Because it didn't happen. They tried to put something on Von Ray because they was mad. Period. I don't believe nothing else. I don't believe nothing that comes out of Tasha's mouth, and I definitely don't believe nothing that comes out of Chelsea's mouth, the way she's been talking about this man and all of the things that she's tried to do to this man just because he does not want her. A lot of people just can't accept rejection. That's just what it is. And I think that's what it is for her. She's bitter. She's jealous. And he's ignoring her. You see how he hasn't made a statement to you? But I do believe Von Ray will contact you, Wiley. When he's ready, I think he will contact you and give you the real. And I do not believe he tried to R-rape her. Tasha made it up. That's just my opinion, Wiley. I'll let you get to the other callers.
All
Have a
right.
great day.
Thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. We're going to the next caller here. 9542.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, I was calling. Okay, I've been on hold for a while, so I've been listening to the callers. First, I was confused, but the caller, not the last one, but the one before that, she cleared up a lot of stuff for me. And I didn't watch Consciouz's whole video, but I watched majority of it. And it seemed to me that Storm took a conversation. I could be wrong. It sounds like Storm took a conversation where someone said, hey, separate yourself from this person because we're getting ready to put out a story. And you don't want to be close to this because you have a big female following. He took it as a threat. The story never came out because obviously whoever was the person that wasn't, just Chelsea, probably changed her mind and didn't want to put the story out, and she left it alone. Now, all this stuff about Tasha's lying, but she didn't say anything. So far, the only person that said anything is Storm and Consciouz. So I don't know if Consciouz has proof that Tasha did try to.
Yeah, because my thing is this. That's a good question. Like, how did Consciouz know? Who told Consciouz?
Yeah, it's like so you know for a fact that Tasha wanted to set Vaughn up, or do you know for a fact that Vaughn was abusive to Chelsea? You know what I mean? And it's like you coming out and you putting your tiptoe in the puddle, but you're not saying nothing. It's like, if you were my friend, I don't see how you taking up for me by being so vague about everything. And not that I want you to put my business out there, but my thing is you either talk about it or you shut up, because it's not making Chelsea look any better. It's not making anybody look any better. And it looks like you've chosen a side. Obviously, I don't know what happened between him and Tasha K. I'm sure that's another video. But, obviously, he's not on good terms with Tasha K. So it's hard to tell if he's saying Tasha's lying or Storm's telling the truth. You know what I mean? It's just like a big ball of confusion with him. So I won't be watching his show for any information, anything like that, because he's probably can't talk the way he wants to because he is close friends with Chelsea, and we don't know what they talk about offline, and she may not want him to say anything. But this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out, because Storm seemed like he's standing on what he said, and no one has said anything yet. So we'll see. All right. Thanks, Wiley.
Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, hold on one second. Let me go to the next caller. I'm getting these phone calls. Thank you, caller, for your opinion. Thank you, caller. 0172, caller, you on air.
Wiley.
Yes.
Storm is on this big apology tour. Like he's some kind of star going around touring to all the vloggers and all the people that he did wrong, telling them how sorry he is. Like, who buys that? He's only doing that because Tasha makes him look so bad. I don't care for her either. But he just on this tour all over the place. He needs to sit in bomber clot down and stop with the blood clot touring. And just sit down and leave people alone and make content for people with people like. And stop apologize to everybody. Cause all the people he's apologizing to, none of them no blood clot like him. None of them. None of them. Them soon turn back against him. Armon and everybody. Him all apologize to Jason Lee. Everybody. After him to the people them bad. I used to like him and I listened to him, but after this tour, I'm like, what the hell wrong with this dirty batty boy? He needs to stop with the touring, seriously. Stop tour. Stop apologize to everybody. That's all I want him to do. Stop apologize. Enough of the apology. We don't want it no more. All right, my gone.
All right, thank you so very much. She said what she said. Okay, make sure y'all like the video. We are live. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We're gonna go to the next caller. You're live on the Wiley Show. 7173. 7173. Hi. Can you mute me in the back?
Hello.
Can you mute me in the back, please?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you. 7173.
What does that mean?
The TV is playing in the back. I'd say muted. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello?
So anyway, I was calling because I feel so sorry for Storm. I feel sorry for Storm because I think it's important to apologize to people. So anyway, I was calling.
Hold on. 1 second, ma'am. Can you mute your TV? You got me playing in the back. I want to hear you clearly.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Make sure y'all like the video. We are live.
Okay, so I'm back.
Yes.
Is that better?
Much better.
Okay, so I was calling because I feel sorry for Storm. I think it's important to apologize to people and express that you did them wrong, because a lot of these YouTubers, you know, that's what y'all on here. Y'all on here to talk about what's happening, what's going on, and people get so offended. And as far as Chelsea and Tasha, whatever happened between Chelsea, Tasha, and Vaughn, that's actually their business, and it has nothing to do with Storm. He's just passing through and standing up for himself because Tasha's disrespecting him on a constant basis. She's always saying something, her and Chelsea, negative about Storm. So he has a right to come and defend himself. If he was my son, I would tell him, yeah, advocate for yourself, because he's been so respectful towards her. And then next thing you know, she goes off on a tangent and say all these negative things about him. I mean, she's like, yeah, that's my son. And, you know, that's not your son. And she shouldn't be saying those kind of things. It's just totally disrespectful. So Storm, whatever you're doing, you know, I respect you. I like what you're doing. And I think you should continue to do that. And everything that's happened with Vaughn and Chelsea, that's on them. You have nothing to do with that. And as far as defamation of character, Tasha's damaged her own character. So that has nothing to do with you. You're never talking about her ever on a constant basis, ever. So you should not worry about that. And that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. All right, we're going to go to the next caller. All right. Anonymous, you live on air. Hello?
Hey, Wiley, this is Chris. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, so basically, Consciouz TV, when the $25,000 gate happened, he came on his show and said he knows a lot of things, but being that he's loyal, he's gonna hold it. So I don't know where this is coming from. Why did he speak out now and not give the people more than what he's saying? Because now the people want to know more. We want to know.
Yes.
Also, do you believe?
For me, I don't believe that Tasha K or Chelsea wanted to put out a rumor of this magnitude out. I don't believe it. I believe that it's a lot of he say, she say, but I don't believe that came from Tasha K or Chelsea. Because if it was true that if she's putting out an order of protection, why not use that to get them locked up? You know what I mean? So I don't believe it.
But then again, we have to think about it as well that, you know, they both have this reputation, and Chelsea has this reputation.
Yeah, keep talking, Icon. I got to take this call. Keep talking.
Yeah, she probably didn't want this out, you know, but also, do you guys believe in the chat, the producers, and also Wiley, would you believe that Chelsea might have an interview coming out soon? Is that a possibility? I mean, we don't know. Well, let's see. I think an interview is on the way with Chelsea and maybe Tasha K. But yeah, I can't really see the chat. I'm traveling. But yeah, this is crazy. I demand more information to come out by tonight. We the people want to know exactly what's going on. Also, Armon Wiggins go into Wiley's chat, but don't like Wiley and don't like the producers, but you're watching. I mean, it is what it is, man. Everyone is fake. Everyone is phony. So just do your own thing, man. I'm glad you are talking about it because it is public, like Dr. Larry Reed stated. Once it's public, it's public. It is what it is. Everyone is bound to get a click in the view. I know we don't like dead air, but I really have nothing else to say. Sorry, guys.
All right, thank you. All right. Thank you so very much for that. I know you probably spoke facts on that. I had to, like, my phone is just literally.
I want to hear your input real quick. Do you believe that an interview is coming out with Chelsea and Tasha K?
I believe it should come out. And let me tell you why it should come out, because these allegations are out there. Tasha's going to have to clear her name. Chelsea's going to have to clear her name. And nobody really would have been talking about it if Storm didn't bring it up and Consciouz didn't bring it up. Those two men.
But also, it's not just Tasha K's name, it's KB Studios.
It's KB Studios' name.
It falls under the, yeah.
Because if you remember when Tasha K came on, she said, Wiley, send me the timestamp. I sent her the timestamps. And she, you know what I mean? And she got off and she was shocked. But you need to know that this is being said. Because if anybody were to put my company and put my brand on the line, and I'm want to create a rumor to put somebody locked up with the R word, you know, I have to respond to that.
And I'm glad you talked about it, because I didn't watch Storm's video. I was knocked out. I didn't know this was happening.
You see what I'm saying? And
I missed when Tasha K came into your chat because I snuck over the Storm to try to catch it.
Yeah, so she had came up for a couple of minutes and she was like, send me the timestamp. And I sent her the timestamp. Now, Storm did not recant his statements. I do believe he said something on Instagram that I want to read to y'all really quickly, because we're on Instagram. So I want to really read what Storm said. Give me a second here, because I think I liked it. Where is it at? I want to read what he said. Give me a second, you guys. All right. So Storm wrote on his page, she said this, quote, "You can't help but to feel accomplished when you help feed Black YouTube for the rest of the month. Have a great weekend, y'all." That was his statement. But
so it's kind of similar to Armon Wiggins' statement.
Yeah, yes.
It was dead without
yes.
him.
And so my thing is this. I know Tasha K is pissed off. She is pissed off. She's pissed off, really. She's livid. Chelsea have not made a statement. I believe she's pissed off as well. But when Consciouz said what he said, you got to remember, Consciouz is close with Chelsea. He's on the phone with Chelsea. Remember that. So he said in that statement, he was like, well, Storm is not lying because I had a conversation with Chelsea. He had a conversation with her. So did Chelsea tell him something that it was a lie? And if it was a lie, why would you still be friends with a person that's want to lie on Von Ray? So all this is getting real sticky, but we're talking about it. And so now I send a text to Consciouz. I'm like, can you clarify? He didn't respond. And then he went live and he talked about something totally different. I'm like, don't just talk about something in subliminals, bro. You got to be real and be open with it.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? There's some of this magnitude. You can't, I don't want to hear no subliminals. Put an address on it.
And why is Dr. Larry Reed not talking about it? Because it's public now.
It's very public. You know why Larry Reed probably not going to talk about it? Because it's attached to Tasha. He's cool with Tasha. He's cool with her. They're friends, but it is public. I've been getting texts and emails. They was like, Wiley, what is going on? I was sending a timestamp, just like, I don't know if you listened to the timestamp of Consciouz. It started at the 1 hour. Hold on, somebody gave me an update. Yeah. So you heard it. So you heard what he said. So this is not made up.
My theory is all those people have stuff on each other. That's just my theory.
You said all the people as what? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said all those people that's involved have things on each other.
Okay.
So everyone's scared to say. That's just my opinion. But I'm thinking, because why not say it? Why not talk?
I agree with you on that.
But let me go back in the bushes while we have other people calling.
Well, thanks, bro.
No problem.
All right. Okay. Wow, we almost got 900 people in the chat. Make sure y'all share this live. All right. Let's get these callers in here. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Yeah. Hello, Wiley. Good day.
Sister Conservative, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, Wiley. Yes, Wiley. Let me tell you something, Wiley. It is crazy out here. First of all, Conscious TV is a clout chaser. And Armon Wiggins is mad, Wiley, because we tell the truth over here. we tell the truth about Cardi B, and we speak up for the children. That's why Armon Wiggins don't like us over here at the Wiley. But Wiley, Tasha K gotta stop the mess. Tasha K has to stop. I believe Storm Monroe. And I do, and this is just my opinion, and I'm just giving my opinion off of what I see, Wiley. I do think Kelsey and Von Ray was abusing each other. I don't think he R-word her. But Tasha K, this is not a good look for the KD Studios because you don't make up stories like this. And Chelsea, I mean, this is our business now because y'all put us in your business. Now y'all mad that everybody has an opinion. Y'all, it's internet business now, Wiley, so that makes it our business so we can comment on it and we can have our perspective. I don't think Storm Monroe is lying. And if Consciouz TV, if you know something, you need to open your mouth and say something and speak up. If this woman was going to falsely accuse this man of something so heinous, you need to speak up and open your mouth. But you just want people to go over there and watch you so you can give them the run around and sit there and talk about Larry Reed when y'all over there doing things that y'all not supposed to do, you know, with the audience. But at the end of the day, Kelsey, if this was a fake story, Tasha, I have not heard nothing from Tasha K and Kelsey ever since Storm Monroe said this. And obviously he is standing on his word because he repeated it with Armon Wiggins. So if Kelsey and Tasha K, if it was a lie, I think they would have been and said something about it. So that's what's making me think it's true. The longer they stay silent, Wiley, the more they look like they was trying to set this man up. And Tasha K, that is not a good look. That is not a good look. Kelsey and this man was in a relationship. They shouldn't even been together. Like I said, this man, you have to evaluate the men that you date. I am not here for abusive relationship. And if this man put his hand on Kelsey and she had to get a restraining order on him, Wiley, he should have been in jail. But why? We need to see the restraining order. Wiley, you need to get those documents because we need to verify if Kelsey put that this man tried to assault her in that restraining order. Because if she put that in the restraining order, then we all owe Kelsey an apology. And she probably just didn't want to put it out there to the public. But Kelsey, you need to give us an order of protection. Put it online, Tasha K. Because this is a serious allegation. And Tasha K, your reputation do perceive you. I cannot believe anything you say. But Kelsey, put out the restraining order, put that this man put hands on you because y'all, Storm Monroe said that y'all was abusing each other. Y'all was physically abusive. Y'all was fight like cats and dogs. So if he tried to do that to you, he put your head through the washer. That was the day you were supposed to leave him and have him locked up. But Wiley, I cannot see the police coming to Kelsey about this man putting her head through the washer, and if he tried to R-word her, would that be in the police report? I think it would be in the police report if it happened, because we need to stand up for our women, but we also need to call them out if they're lying to put our men in jail. Consciouz TV, you are a clout chaser. That's why I cannot watch you. If you know more information, you need to put it out. All you saying is Storm Monroe is not lying. Well, how do you know Storm Monroe is not lying? Do you have any evidence to produce to the people? Because you up here getting mad at Kelsey because of something with Larry Reed and the lawyer. Now, this is not even about Larry Reed no more. This is not about Larry Reed no more. We are past the Larry Reed situation because I don't even know how Larry Reed, I don't even know why he brought up the Larry Reed. Now we get into SA assault. Like, are you kidding me? This is not about frauding the people now. This is about assault. So Consciouz TV, if you have the information out there, stop using Tasha K and Kelsey trauma if it's happened for clickbait and tell us the truth. We the people deserve to know, because if Storm Monroe is lying, Wiley, he deserves to be off of YouTube. But if Storm Monroe is not telling the truth, and he is telling the truth, Wiley, and Tasha K tried to set this up, then she needs to be held accountable. So Consciouz TV, you are the person. You're close with Kelsey. You need to call Kelsey right now and ask her what information can you put out and speak on her behalf if you are are a real friend, because I don't think you're a friend of nobody. You're just a clout chaser. And Wiley, that's all I got to say. Put out the receipt, Conscious TV. Good night, Wiley.
All right. Thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. We got a lot of callers. We just extended the show for another hour. Make sure you all like the video. Anonymous, you live on the air. Anonymous, hello. Anonymous? I can hear you. Hello, Anonymous? All right. 0750 0750 0750. I'm sorry, 0750. Okay. Hello? 2494.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Okay, the first thing I want to say is everybody has opinions. These are not facts, okay? Everybody's just saying their opinions or whatever. And one thing I think we all need to remember, I hear everybody calling in and saying that Tasha K needs to do this, Chelsea needs to do this. Let's take it back to the beginning. First of all, Tasha K nor Chelsea said that Von Ray tried to R her. Neither one of them said that. This is something that started with Storm, and then he went on Armon's show. So first of all, I don't think that Tasha K has to come out and say anything, nor Chelsea, because neither one of them made the allegations. The problem is all of these people that made this allegation and that are talking about it, they didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, if it didn't happen to you, why are you speaking on something that I'm sure they really don't even know the facts to, or if it really happened? Because I was on Consciouz channel too, and Consciouz was alluding to the fact that this was fact. And if he wasn't there, then he don't know whether it's facts or not. And he didn't say that Chelsea told him this is why he know it's true. He didn't say that, but he was alluding to it. But I don't trust Conscious TV either, because I think Conscious is a clout chaser, and I think that he likes to insert himself into things. And he kept saying on that Larry Reid. Now they're talking about Tasha and Chelsea and Storm, but he keeps talking about Larry Reid is my mentor. Larry, I mean, it sounds like he's obsessed with Larry Reid. One of the problems here is just looking from the outside, I see a whole bunch of men that want to be put on. They want to be popping like Tasha K. They want to be popping like Larry Reid. So that's one of the things. So these people will say anything. I think Conscious will say anything. Storm will say anything. I told you the other day that I think Storm is having problems on his channel, and he's trying to figure out how to get more traction to his channel and build his channel. So that's why he's on this apology tour. Plus, he can't handle Tasha K on her own. He needs some help, because Armon asked him on that interview. I went to watch the interview. Armon Wiggins asked Storm, if you had to do this all over again, would you do it? And Storm said, yes, he would. And Armon said, I would think that happened. You would do all of this over again. And Storm said that he would. And he said, I was really in a bad situation, down on my luck, which again goes to what I said. This man couldn't have done this on his own. He needed this Black woman to help him do it, because I think he's really trifling. Also, he said that, I wanted to apologize to you, and he was saying some other people, but I didn't do it, as if to say Tasha was holding him back. I keep telling y'all, this is not a real man. A real man wouldn't let a woman nor anyone else hold them back from apologizing if they wanted to do that. Storm Monroe is very weak. He's a weak man. Also, one of the things with Armon Wiggins, like when you had your rant on it, you really got him yesterday when you did your little rant on Armon. Armon Wiggins is a person that he doesn't like to be wrong. He doesn't like people to disagree with him. I have watched his channel. I remember when Armon was on his channel, if you disagreed with him, if you call in, he would hang up on you. He would start talking crazy. He don't like for people to disagree with him. So a lot of these men, they have a lot of problems. They are really having a lot of problems. The last thing I want to say here is, because I had to write everything down here because it was so much.
It's good. It's good that you wrote notes. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you something. But Tasha K, we need to remember this, people. Tasha K or Chelsea did not make these allegations. This is coming from Storm. And you know what? One of your callers said that Storm didn't say that it was a fake allegation. Armon is the one that said that. And then once Armon said that, then it's like Storm just kind of we kind of rolled with it because Armon was asking him all of these things. Oh, let's clear this up. Let's talk about the Dr. Sabi thing. He brought that up too. And Storm basically told him Tasha K didn't block him from that. And it still seemed like Armon wanted to run with that narrative because that's who he is. And Storm told him that actually they didn't want to do the interview with you because they looked at some of your content and they decided they didn't like that look. So that's why they didn't want to do the interview with you.
And I think he should. I think he should apologize to Tasha since it wasn't Tasha K's fault.
Right, he does. He owes Tasha K an apology, but she'll never get it. And trust me, she's not waiting on no apology like that. But Consciouz is messy. I was on his channel. He did allude to that. The problem is all of these people. This is a very serious situation, and something like this. You don't take these kind of things lightly, and you don't just go on your platform, especially when you have hundreds of thousands or even thousands of people watching you, and bring up an allegation as serious as R on your platform. You just don't do that. Storm never should have said that. He could have simply said, you know what, I don't want to talk about that because I don't know that to be true. Because from what I heard that Storm said, Storm was basically saying that Tasha said, this would not, you need to separate yourself from this person. Like one of the callers said, this would not be a good look. There's a story that's gonna break or whatever. And whether the story broke or not, he made the decision that, okay, I'm gonna separate myself or whatever. Which again, I think, well, maybe he did that because he had a contract with her, but the story never came out or whatever. And I'm listening at all these men talk about a situation that I don't think anybody even knows to be true. And again, I think it would demand, one of your callers said, we demand more information. Boy, please. Tasha didn't say this and Chelsea didn't say it. The most important person here is Chelsea and Von Ray, because Von Ray is important too, because the allegations are being made against Von Ray. And I'm not even going to say allegations being made against Von Ray, because first of all, Chelsea didn't say anything. Tasha didn't say anything. Unless these two people come out and say something, I think we need to just chalk this up as just fodder. You know, everybody's eating off of this. All the YouTubers are eating and getting clicks and views, and I'm all for y'all getting a click and a view, you know. But I think we need to tamp this down, because the key people that are involved in this have not said anything. And you know what? Von Ray, it's clear he has some issues, Wiley, because I didn't know he got shot up or whatever, but people don't get shot up for nothing. I mean, come on, something happened. And from what you're saying, that was really a serious situation. You say he's still in the hospital, right?
No, he's out of the hospital, but he had to get rods out of his hand. He was hurting. He had to get help to use the restroom. It was a very serious situation. But to the public, even to me, that if these allegations are true, like, and then somehow you just get shot, like, it makes me wonder, like, what went on with this?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, okay, like what went on?
Where there's smoke, there's fire. You're saying where there's smoke, there's fire, because I mean, I don't know too many regular people that get caught up in shootouts I mean, and then from what I'm hearing, it seemed like they did have a very toxic relationship. And I think too many people got involved in it. And maybe Chelsea did need some help getting out of it. And it's a very serious situation for a woman to have had something like that happen to her. And then it's not something that, you know, you just come out and tell people. Maybe she's not in a place right now where she really wants to talk about it. Because one thing I have found with rape victims, I didn't mean to say that, but is that they go back and forth sometimes. Sometimes they want to talk, and then sometimes they don't. And I'm not saying this happened because, again, Chelsea has not made this allegation, nor has Tasha. And because the nature of this incident is so serious, I think we need to be very careful what we say. And Consciouz needs to stop talking unless he knows for sure this happened. Even if he knows for sure it happened, he still needs to shut up.
Because that's the reason why I am talking now. Because Consciouz responded, I'm like, whoa, this is public. So let me go ahead on, you know what I'm saying, and talk about this.
He needs to shut up and let Chelsea. If Chelsea wants to put this out here, then let that woman put it out there. Consciouz needs to shut his mouth up because I think Consciouz is jealous of the relationship that Tasha K and Larry Reed has together. I think if you had listened to him on his channel, he kept saying Larry Reed is my this, my. It was just like sickening. I'm like, man, please, or whatever, you know. And I just, you know, every now and then I would check him out because, you know, I saw him one time on his channel or whatever. But he seems to insert himself in a lot of things that doesn't have to do it. And if he's really Chelsea's friend, he will tell people the same thing I'm telling them. We don't need to we need to take this with a grain of salt if Chelsea does not come out and speak about it. And she said nothing, and Tasha has said nothing about it.
Well, thank you so very much, ma'am. You said it all. Thank you. The number is 646-716-8447. We're gonna go to the next caller. Make sure you're right by your phone because we called the last four of your number. If you're calling in block with a block number, we say anonymous. So be on the lookout. I'm coming to you 7050, last four 7050. You live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay. First of all, I want to say, y'all got to be crazy to think Tasha would lie about this. Like, Tasha already got $4 or $5 million lawsuit. Like, you think she's going to put herself in the position to go broke in another lawsuit? And second of all, Consciouz is pretty close with Chelsea and Tasha. Y'all got to know that he got their permission before he even did that. Not saying that Chelsea said, yeah, this is true, or it's not true, but that's another situation. If Chelsea does, I don't think she's going to respond, because if she says, no, this is true. He did do this to me. He's lying, or whatever he says. If he says he didn't do it, and she says, yes, he did do it, he's in trouble. If she says, no, he didn't do it, Storm on his way to a lawsuit. Love your show, Wiley. Have a good day.
Oh, well, thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. Can you like the video? And congratulations to us. We reached 10,000 views on the video yesterday. Yes. Let's go to the next caller. 9867. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey,
Wiley and Chat is with New York. Firstly, shout out to everyone that's in the chat, 921 live. So make sure you like and like and subscribe to the Wiley channel. And thank you for keeping us fed, Wiley, and not being in the drama, but reporting on the drama. With that said, I do think with Storm Monroe reminded me of like this famous Jamaican saying that we say, where we say it's like, you're sorry for mongo dog, or mongo dog will turn around and bite you. Which basically means like you have to be wary of extending your kindness because the recipient might not show appreciation. And I feel like without Tasha K, we would never know a Storm Monroe. And I have a feeling, this is just me thinking, Wiley, out loud. What if Tasha K planned all this from the very, very beginning? Like, What if that was her whole spiel, to always be like part of the villain arc? Because I feel like she has so many people that she lost in contact with or had a bad relationship with. What if that's what she wants to do and that's who she wants to be known for? And then they plan to do this after her contract over, after something like this happened, to get into more mess, to keep the streets fed. Because when I type in Tasha K or Storm Monroe, that's all I see are the people with low, the new YouTubers coming out. That's all they're reporting on. So they're kind of like keeping the streets fed, especially Tasha K. Now, I do think Storm Monroe reminds me of another Jamaican proverb or saying that we love to say. The same bird that carry the news come are the same bird that take it back, which means those who you gossip to will also gossip about you. So be mindful with whom you share your personal business with. What Tasha K should have done, instead of giving Storm Monroe a contract to sign, he should have signed an NDA, like something that you can't break. Contract ends.
That's a
but
good
I feel
point.
like there's a way.
That's a good point.
You said what?
No, that's a good. I agree with you.
Like an NDA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like an NDA, because honestly, we all knew it was going to fall off sooner or later, right? We all knew that. But I feel like for him to go back to Armon, who played him, cussed him like dogs, berated him, dragged him for filth, and then you went on his platform, which I think was not a good business move on his end. He should have asked Armon to come onto his platform, not the other way around, right? And then to not really be as honest with some of the questions that were being asked. I do feel like sometimes he was like, oh, I forgot, oh, I'm not too sure. Boy, you know what's going on, okay? And then he then mentioned about like how he the reason why he's not part of black fraternities and fraternities because they stuck. Clearly, he doesn't know what black fraternities do or sororities do because they don't always just step. So he's already lost the source when it comes to being a part of the black community because he gives me anti-black type of feel. With that said, this whole Chelsea and Vaughn allegation in Consciouz TV, Wally, you and Consciouz TV used to do two birds and a lady, two men and a lady. Y'all not cool anymore?
What, for me and Consciouz are cool.
Okay. Because I just want to make sure there was no spitful between y'all two. But with Consciouz TV, even if he did report it, and I don't know, I felt like he shouldn't speak on something that he doesn't know fully about, especially something like an allegation. Now, if the allegation never occurred and Chelsea is lying, then what that does is put a lot of victims who always, who do have a story, it's kind of like put like a bad taste in people's mouth because people don't even believe victims as it is. So to lie on something like that, I hope they don't take it too far. Like sometimes you could do little white lies, right? Like, oh, a little this and that. You see those little bigger lies, that's what I don't play with because that can ruin someone's reputation, that can ruin someone's business model, that can ruin anything or networking opportunities. And that's something that you can't get rid of even after you have been, dropped or the rumors was removed. That will still put a stain on your whole career moving forward. So I hope it's not like that. And also, Wiley, I'm happy that you practice discretion and not getting into the mess, into the mix-up, okay, or the pasta. Because there was a time where you could have been Tasha K's mentee. And, things happen where you weren't able to do that. But I'm glad you were able to assess the situation and not be involved in this. Because I can only imagine. Go ahead.
No, because I knew that I couldn't get in the mix with this stuff back in January. Back in December when I was being attacked and when I couldn't put Armon Wiggins' name in the same title as Tasha K. I knew then that I'm going to get it, but it's not going to come from me. I don't think right now the right mentor for the Wiley Show haven't come yet. Because if I would have took on the membership for Tasha K and would have took on the whole Kibi Studios and was on contract, I would have felt obligated to pick her battles. And then I would have been included with the rumor. You know understand what I'm saying? Like I would have been used as a pawn. So I'm glad once I've learned that back in December, I knew then I'm gonna get it my way. And a mentor gonna come outside of this sector. It may be a white guy. It may be Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? It may not be a black person. So I knew then, once I saw that, how I was attacked. And let me say this, because Consciouz was so on Tasha K's side, he wanted me to continue to work with Tasha K. Until Tasha K tried him, he felt some type of way about that. But when I was saying I feel some type of way about that, oh no, let Tasha be your mentor and all that. Don't be sad. Let me have it on this show. But then when Tasha K tried him, she tried him. He felt some type of way. And then when Tasha K said, Chelsea, get him off the line, boot him off the line, he felt some type of way. But where was that type of sympathy when I was going through it in December? See what I'm saying? And Storm Monroe said, you got to work with Tasha. Things come with that. I knew then I couldn't deal with those things because that means I have to deal with control. Ain't enough money unless you're giving me $60.5 million to control my likeness and all of that. If it ain't that type of deal, I don't want it. And look what happened with Storm Monroe. Now he's leaving Tasha and trashing her. So obviously it didn't work. But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You know why? I mean, it's like working these contracts like a 360 deal. Okay, it's like y'all signing to P. Diddy and his bad boy record company. That's basically what Storm Monroe basically signed. First of all, if you would get out the mud without a mentor, like I think a mentor shouldn't be asked. A mentor is someone should like reach out to, like, hey, I want to mentor you in this process because I see your work, not curate your whole persona. Because technically, they didn't do anything. You mentioned yesterday that Storm has work ethic, but he did learn the blueprint from Tasha. And honestly, it was Tasha's name attached to Storm Monroe is why we were even looking at Storm Monroe. Because he never came in my algorithm, right? When I used to watch Tasha K, and I still do, or Lovely Teen, Daytime TV, even Armon, your videos came out in my algorithm. Wiley, when your background was like a high-end apartment, and I thought it was like your background with the piano, okay?
Right.
And I was like, wow, you did it lavishly, and that's when I got your videos in my algorithm. But I never got Storm stuff until the whole Jagger White stuff happened, right? So I do think the name of Tasha K did give him some clout in the YouTube street. It did. And then he went along with, insulting and get on the paddy wagon to follow what Tasha K was doing because he felt like Tasha K made him. And she did. Let's keep it a buck. Without Tasha K, there's no Storm Monroe. So when people say, Storm Monroe doesn't owe Tasha K nothing. No, he doesn't owe her anything. That for sure. But we have to acknowledge the work that she put into and what you want from her. Because I'm sure Storm's channel wouldn't have been surpassing Armon Wiggins. And where Armon throwing shade at Storm Monroe when Storm Monroe hit that 200K and Armon Wiggins was like tracking behind 100K. And what did Armon say? I did it in the mud. Like I did it to the trenches. I ain't had no mentor. Okay. I didn't have no Jago White story. So he was saying all this because technically no one really, it's kind of like everyone appreciates the work ethic that Nicki Minaj did. But I don't really respect the work ethic that Cardi B does because Cardi B have a different machine behind her. So she didn't get in the mud like Nicki Minaj. So my respect for Nicki is much higher than Cardi B. Same thing with Storm Monroe, right? Like I respect creators like you as well as Armon for the work y'all put into it. Not saying he doesn't put in work; it's a different type of work he put in. Now he has to put in work to maintain his channel, and I feel like him and Tasha K are probably in a cahoots to have this story come about. Have that came to your mind? Wiley, that this is whole a facade and they're all making up stories to keep the streets hot? Because it's like every 6 months you get some type of drama.
Yeah, I think that I think that could be the case to bring that type of traction to the platform. Yes, I can believe it because if it wasn't, Storm would have never went on Armon Wiggins' channel. So.
Not at all. And I mean, if he's gonna apologize, I feel like his apology is not a true apology, right? Like you shouldn't have to I feel like he meant what he said, and I hope that people he's on his apology tour, like Bill Clinton when he got stuck with Monica Lewinsky, right? I never said with that woman, my apologies. Like that's the type of apology he's going on right now. But it's all on deaf ears. But Wiley, I just want to thank you again for having this show. From the past 3 days, you've been keeping us fed. Okay, so I love call. I know I didn't call in the other day and things of that nature. So I'm just gonna go back into the trenches and keep reading what you're doing, keep passing along.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you. The number. Thank you. The number. Bye bye. The number is 646-716-8447. 1642. Caller, you on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Wiley. I'm so happy I got through.
Yes. Welcome.
Well, it's a great show. I just want to start I love all three of you guys. I love you. I love Tasha K, and I love Armon Wiggins. You guys all bring something to the table. The interview with Storm was, to me, made him look like a weirdo. It made him look weak. I felt like he was Armon Wiggins was playing in his face right in front of him, and I think he's going to use that as ammunition against him in the future. I feel bad for Tasha K. Whoever doesn't feel bad for Tasha K is stupid, is literally slow. When it comes to the Storm Monroe thing, I mean, he is literally a traitor. He's just trying to get in where he fits in. He's trying to get clout. He literally said he used her. Like, no matter if you like her or not, how do you not feel bad for her? And you're literally stupid. Like, you're literally slow if you can't see that he's wrong in this sense. I think Chelsea needs to be fired. She's bad for the business. She wants to be famous. I think if this did happen to her, I feel so sorry for her. But honestly, if it did happen, I think because she's such a cloud chaser, I think it would have been out already. I think it's already would have been out in the air. I don't watch Consciouz. He's boring to me. I'm not subscribed to him. But what does he have to do with? I mean, I think it's Chelsea's fault. I think this is some weird thing where she got drunk or whatever, and it's this weird gray line. That's why she never made it a big thing, because it didn't happen. And low-key, everybody is happy that all this is going on, and it may even be a conspiracy to get more clout, because everyone's views is like quadruple what it usually is. But that's all I got to say, Wiley. Thank you. I'm going to keep watching.
Thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, how you doing, Wiley?
Doing good.
I would like to say this here. I love you all. I love Storm. I love Tasha. I love Armon. Well, the judge is still out on Armon, but I would like to say this here. I love you, your commentary, but isn't there more better issues that we need to be talking about in the world today? I wish you YouTubers, not you, because I don't hear you dragging the other YouTubers. I just wish the YouTubers would concentrate on the things that are going on in the world. Like, speak on the stuff that's going on the news about how certain, I ain't gonna name no names, are getting away with stuff that we as normal people couldn't get away with. And I know you love that person, but if it was you, you would have been locked up and the key would have been thrown away a long time ago. But I just wish we would find something better to talk about than each other, because I get tired of black people throwing each other under the bus, talking, down about them. Why not lift our brothers and sisters up? And for Tasha K, I think Tasha K did a wonderful thing in helping Storm. And I don't think Storm used Tasha K. He'll say that because he's hurt right now. I don't think he used her at all. And I think Tasha K did what she was supposed to do. Help her brother. Help another brother in need. That's what, if we always like Tasha K and trying to help people, I know a lot of people don't like Tasha K, but I love her content, and I hate the way some of your callers have been out here talking about her, how they don't like her. And this. Okay, don't look at her. Don't watch her YouTube channel. And the one lady that kept saying Kelsey, it's Chelsea, young lady. It is Chelsea, not Kelsey. And that's all I got to say on that matter.
All right, now. Thank you so very much for calling in. Oh man, you know when people call in, some of us blood people, this is a messy show. One day we will evolve and we won't be doing this, but we in the gutter. This is what we do right now, right now, right now. Let's go to the next caller. 7128, you live on the air.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley. So I'm just trying to fact check a little bit. So did Chelsea ever put charges on Vaughn?
Only thing that
After
Chelsea
they broke
put, only thing that happened between Vaughn and Chelsea that I know of was a protective order. She have a restraining order.
Okay, so she admitted that they were toxic though, and like when it first all happened, they already admitted Tasha. Like everybody admitted that, you know, Tasha set it up where Vaughn go over there. He just got out of jail. Chelsea knew about that, you know, and then it seemed like Storm was being friendly about it and invited them over there. So it is possible that it was a toxic, she admitted to being a toxic relationship, that they could have, you know, tried to say that about him. At the time, they all were heated. We all saw it. We all was in tune like we was in tune now. So it is possible. They admitted that it was a toxic situation and that he just got out of jail. And Kelsey was doing this, that, and third. She admitted to that. She was like, I'm young, this, that, and third. So it is possible. And you saying that Vaughn vouched for Storm?
Did you say that Vaughn vouched for Storm? No, I'm saying
Is that what you said?
I'm saying
huh?
Conscious TV kind of vouched for Storm Monroe's story, not Vaughn.
So what was the breaking news that you said about Vaughn?
The breaking news is that there's some allegations about him. That's the breaking news. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I'm trying to say, so who is saying that it might be true that Tasha said that?
Well, it could be argued that Conscious TV said that these allegations are true. That's what I got from it. But you have to watch the video. If you didn't watch the video, you can't give a comment on it. You have to watch the video for yourself.
Well, whatever's going on, I just feel like it is his word against hers.
Okay.
And you know, there are cases where people do get you first. It might be a get you before you get me type of situation with the lawsuit. And so, but to think that Tasha K isn't able to do or say stuff like that, that's kind of like naive to think. Because she did tell the boy got out of jail, she was like, go to Storm's house. You know, however, that's the conversation. It's like, why are you friends with somebody like that too? So, yeah.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay. Right. Bye-bye. You got to be caught up with the tea. Y'all got to be caught up. We got about 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got 5 more callers. We down to the wire. All right. Next caller. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello, Wiley.
Hi.
I don't know what's going on with your system or whatever, but it's kind of like an echo. I got all my systems off.
Okay, well, go ahead. Still going. What's on your mind?
I mean, you can hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I had everything, all your callers up to the last caller. You know, I was feeling both sides and both ways. But most of the time I was thinking, how Whitey felt when Armon called him, because you've been optimistic. And you know when you've been wrong. You kind of been saying when you're wrong, much like Storm. You know, that's why I ain't judging that dude. At least he's saying he's wrong. If clicks and views come with it, oh well. That dude said that. Just like you said that. I'm just saying.
I think
how
that
do you feel?
I think that.
I want to know.
Okay, I think
you
that
feel.
maybe it would have been better if Armon went on Storm's platform, because Storm would have home court advantage. When he went on Armon Wiggins, the advantage went away. You don't have home court. You don't have home court advantage.
I heard
and so
that.
that.
And this is how you believe. This how I believe
That's
in you.
that's my opinion.
Because you always say you always want everybody to get along, man.
I don't want everybody to get along. What you
Tasha.
mean?
You just said yesterday and the day before that on your video. That's why I'm confused. That I love you, Wiley. I swear to God, I'm one of your business people.
Okay. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, you was disappointed in Tasha the other day, the same way everybody else was.
Okay.
You was, but just like Storm, he do love her. Do you think that dude want to come out and act like that? He ain't trying to do that. That dude did. He ain't live with her like y'all know that dude didn't live with her like that. Y'all know that. I ain't taking up the Storm. I'm just saying, for your character, Wiley, I've been on your side, man. And I was so proud of you when you came on yesterday. You was like, man, kind of disappointed in Tasha, but you still said that you love Tasha. And why when old boy came in your chat, that's what bust your spark. And I'm just so disappointed in you. Because everything God is giving you right now, believe in who you are and what you say. You don't need nobody on your back. I love Armon. He's funny. Yes. I love Tasha, but Wiley, we love you too, man. Don't follow these people out here, man. You ain't got to do that.
All right.
If Armon don't agree with you because you forgave him and he don't necessarily got to forgive you right then, I'm not going to judge that dude either. He just ain't ready to do that. Yeah, he is watching you. That's his way of kind of doing it. Man, if you say you grown, be grown. Don't go to Las Vegas in the blind. And I love you, Wiley. But y'all stop tripping. Y'all making something out of nothing. Tasha K being who Tasha K always be.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in, ma'am. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Whatever she was talking about. Okay. All right. 2240, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Wiley.
Yes.
I would just say, I mean, I feel like the victim in all of this is Vaughn. I think, again, Tasha and Chelsea are trash, but this is a genius move because basically Storm goes on and says that he heard a rumor that they were planning to do something, but they never did do it. Tasha and Chelsea never did do it. So it was just a plot. And then CTZ goes on his platform and he confirms that the allegations are true or that he heard it from the horse's mouth, but he doesn't say who the horse actually is. So he's not really confirming anything. And so now it's public and the rumors are actually being turned around to say it's possible that Vaughn actually did do this. So it's not coming directly from Tasha and Chelsea. So their hands are clean. So they're basically throwing the right. You would have to be a fool to think that Tasha and Chelsea are not in the background being the mastermind behind all of this. And at the end of the day, like Vaughn is the one who's being thrown behind the bus. I do not believe that Vaughn did any of this. I don't believe that he, like that lady said, I don't think he had to. It was very clear that he didn't want Chelsea and she wanted him. Even I think there was a tape on there where Vaughn was fussing and Tasha was telling him to get back in the bed with his woman. And, Vaughn just wanted to be done with Chelsea. So she was mad and she filed a restraining order to shut Vaughn up. She never said anything about violence. And I'm sure like at that time when people were, saying all these things, these allegations and things were going back and forth about their relationship being toxic, I'm sure she would have inserted that. But I see it. And I can see why Tasha is the media mogul, why people love her. But I see, and then she's flipped her reputation back because now people love her. Before she was trash and people were saying how dirty she was. And now people are saying that she's awesome. So I see the plot and I see the plan. But I just feel sorry for Vaughn because these allegations are heinous and his reputation is, being all across the YouTube streets. His reputation is being tarnished because people are going to be looking at him sideways.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in and giving your side of the story. Thank you so very much. All right. The phone lines is open 646-716-8447. Okay. 4251. You live on air.
Did you say 4251?
Yes, ma'am. You live on air.
Hi, Wally. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
This is my first time calling you.
Thank
I'm
you.
just going to give you a little bit of background. Back from All About the Tea, I said I would never listen to you.
Oh.
I thought you was a clown.
Oh.
And I listened to you one day when you told your library story.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew a whole new respect for you. And I felt like I could understand what you went through during that episode. And you're not the freak that people tried to make you out to be.
Well, thank you.
But about this story with Storm, Tasha, and Chelsea, Chelsea is a bitter, scorned, resentful woman. And I would not be a bit surprised if she had something to do with Vaughn being shot. I think they tried to come around with a whole bunch of schemes to destroy Vaughn for Chelsea's satisfaction. I think the sooner Tasha would have ridded herself of Chelsea, a lot of the less problems she might have had. She don't need this problem now with the other hassle she's going through. And nobody can resolve this but Storm, Chelsea, and Tasha. Everybody else needs to stay out of it, and they need to sit down, come to some type of agreement to squash this mess. It's ugly, and it's tearing us down, us as a unit, as people, as other Black content creators, to get out in the public like this and throw mud at each other. It got to be a better way to come to a resolution on this, and that's how I feel about it. Thank you for listening to me, and y'all have a blessed day.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in. All right, the number is 646-716-8447. We are making sure that we get everybody in here that want to call in. If you got something to say, it is your time. All right, we just extended the show for another 30 minutes. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley, how
Hey.
you doing?
Doing all right.
All right. Okay. With this Tasha K and Storm Monroe piece, it is like crab legs and lobster I'm eating. I am so happy that Tasha K is getting her karma, and she's getting the energy that she sit up there and give out to the world, which is negativity. I am so happy that this is happening to her, because it seems to me that she's the type of person that she can sit up there and throw all these daggers at people and everything, and people just supposed to just accept what she does. Like, that's what is given. Like, everybody constantly make up excuses for her terrible behavior and just be dumb about it or whatever. And I was listening to Chelsea talking about some, Storm Monroe better pray. He better pray this Tasha K and I don't fall out, because the day that we fall out, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna take down all his videos, and I'm gonna take down his setting and the music to his piano and all of that. I'm gonna do all of that. And he didn't follow the agreement, the contract that him and Tasha K had. Yes, like I've got to make sure I take him down. She was saying all these things, but at the same time, she's online like a dummy, threatening this man, like saying online that she'd have been to places that she knows that he be at, and he's never there because she's gonna beat him up and fight him. It's on site, and I'm just paraphrasing when I say that. But you're saying that you literally is criminalizing yourself online for the world to see. So I just think Chelsea she's just dumb. Like, she's just a dumb person. She's the employee. She's the help. If she just do not understand her role, if she just whack is everything to me. Like, she's just a whack person. That's how I feel about that. But in regards to you calling Armon Daddy Raggedy, I didn't understand for the life of me
where did that come from? I don't know why you sit up there. I don't know. I don't understand why you always, when it comes to this man, you always going for his people. For what reason? I don't understand it. But at the same time, I just heard you go for your own people. You can talk about your own mama. So, you know, if you can talk about your own mama, then I know already that anybody else is fair game for you. Like, you're gonna go there. But my thing with you is like, why do you constantly do that when it comes to that man? Like, for what reason?
Because
I don't
because
understand
it's a free country and I'm a sit down community. It was just a good joke. I wrote that material. Maybe I wrote that material maybe about 3 weeks ago, and I never said it. I was like, "Oh, Raggedy Daddy." You know, I don't know the man. He could be a very good guy, or he could be Raggedy. You know, it's just my opinion. And of course, he was talking about me on station. I don't know if you heard it. Maybe you were busy. I don't know. I don't know if you heard it or not. But hey, I said what I had to say. I wrote that joke maybe about 3 weeks ago. But again, I wonder when he was talking about Storm, when he trashed Storm about his sexuality, I didn't hear you calling in and defending that or talking about that. I didn't hear that at all, ma'am. Or you calling in defending Storm when Armon Wiggins kind of trash him and call him the F word and S word, and them rumors and them allegations still follow Storm to this day. If I call his daddy Raggedy, look how Armon Wiggins act. He got that raggedy behavior.
Well, okay, I hear you loud and clear. At the same time, I don't think that Armon did Raggedy. If nothing else, I think that Armon's mother and father did a great job in raising Armon. Armon, if I say so, because he's very determined. He loves to be successful, and he is successful. So, with that being said, like you said, it was a joke, and that's just your opinion. But as far as I'm concerned, it don't hold no merit to it. My thing is this right here. Why do you always say, anytime somebody says something about what you sit there and put out online, why do you always go back to, oh, I'm just doing commentary?
Because that's what it is. I remember about Nicki Minaj, and I don't want to tear up. I don't. Hold on one second. About Nicki Minaj, how Nicki Minaj got dragged. I wonder how that black woman feel because she had a baby. And you a black woman. I don't know if you're going to take up for Nicki Minaj, but the way that Armon Wiggins trash Nicki Minaj is very, very hurtful. I know she probably teared up with Tay. I don't know. But the way that how he dragged OG, I know that had to be painful and hurtful for OG. I don't know. Maybe you was busy that day. But this is a free country, and I should be able to say what I want to say. It's a free country.
But listen, I don't want us to talk over each other. And when I have partners, you always talk over me or turn me down and just be loud.
I don't turn you down. I'm responding to what you're saying, ma'am.
I know, but you really cut me off. You cut me off.
My apologies.
Like, I was trying to. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, in regards to the OG situation and the Nicki Minaj situation or whatever, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't understand why what he said about OG happened 3-4 years ago, and I hear you say all the time, he called OG a monkey. He called OG a monkey. He called OG a monkey. He called black women bees. I just sat there and heard you sit there and drag on my radio, and she said you were bad and everything. She said you what did she say you? She said you a futon. Like, and you stay dragging her. So how you have any room to talk about what he said? And if you really want to be real about the situation with OG to me is ugly. It wouldn't matter if she was.
I don't think OG is ugly, man. I think that she's very beautiful. Can you post a picture so we can see how you look towards side by side with OG? Because we don't know how you look. I think OG is a very beautiful, beautiful chocolate sister. I believe she's beautiful.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. My thing.
Can we see how you look, man? We don't see how you look. You private.
You could definitely
send me a DM. Let me see your pictures. Let me see a picture.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. You could definitely send my picture, baby. It's no issues with that.
So you look better than OG? Do you look better than OG?
Most definitely. Believe it. Been with my man for the past 12 years. Okay.
All right.
3 of them years, he got me pregnant every year. So, yeah, it's giving that all day. But that's besides the point. my thing is you always up there and pull this black woman card and everything,
Because I
and it
can.
don't have nothing to do with anything because you drag black women. I know you drag black women all the time. I feel like you sit there and hate on the gay people, and you yourself is gay. Like
I don't hate on, hold
You
on
wanna
one
be
second,
real.
ma'am. Hold on 1 second. I'm bisexual. Another thing, I don't hate on the gay community. I have a lot of friends that are gay. I have I've actually mentored the youth in the gay community. I'm a fan, a supporter of it. So I don't hate anybody. I'm just a comedian and I tell jokes. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you don't like what I have to say, ma'am, you don't have to call into the Wiley Show. It's just that simple.
I know you definitely 100% right. I was just calling you to get my opinion if that was okay.
It's always okay, but if you disagree with what I'm saying, if you don't like what I do, you don't have to watch the show, but you watch because we entertain it. Did I entertain you?
No, to be honest with you, I felt that it just came in. I didn't like hear the whole show whatsoever, but it has been something that you've been
You didn't
very
hear the whole
entertaining.
show? Like, oh my gosh. So you
Oh God, yes, I didn't. Yeah, it's shocking, ain't it? No, I did not hear the whole show whatsoever.
I'm so
But
sorry to
I'm
hear
not
that.
gonna sit there and lie. I'm not gonna sit there and lie and say that it hasn't been time for I have heard the show. Yeah, I have. At the same time, I feel like you should be way further along than what you is.
We will
It's
get
kind of
there.
sad that I've seen people that came like
We
way after
we
you, and they
we would get there.
like
Ma'am, who
got
cares
right
about
past
that? That bothers you. That bothers you. That don't bother
it. Don't
me.
bother
We
me at
cool because
all.
you're calling in. That bothers you. Do you think that bothers me that people are got big numbers? Who cares? I have numbers too. And we thank God for the numbers. And we're talking and we're talking. Hold on 1 second. And we're talking to you on the show. Maybe do you want to be a moderator on Armon Wiggins show? Do you want to be a moderator? I can make it happen. I can call him right now. Do you want to be a moderator?
I don't even know what it takes to even be a
Do
moderator.
you? I can make you a moderator on the Armon Wiggins show. I can call him right now. Do you want me to call him? I can call him right now to make it happen. Okay, I can call him and make it happen. Do you want to be a moderator over there? Do you want? I can call him right now. I can make it happen.
I don't even know what
All
it
right.
is. What do moderators do?
Okay. Now I'm just
What
saying.
is it that they do? I don't know.
Oh.
Like I'm nowhere near.
I'll call him and let him know.
But if I wanted to be, you wouldn't have to do that. I'm pretty sure I'm able to get a contact with Armon if that was the case.
I can call him right now. We can make it happen.
Baby, I don't want to be no moderator, Wiley. What I want is I want you to sit up there and go further than what you is.
We
start
will.
saying year after year after year that you're growing.
We are growing, ma'am. We are growing, and we thank God for the success that we have. I checked out a list of YouTubers, successful YouTubers is making millions of dollars. Not one African American was on that list. You know who's going to be the first one? Me. I'm going to be the first YouTuber to make millions off of YouTube. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for calling in. Thank you.
Why do you think that?
Because I believe in myself. I know it's going to happen.
But even Sean David Wade, he's what at 80-something
That
thousand
you keep naming people with these numbers. Why are you not calling into these people's show? You never call into his show. Why don't you call into his show? Who cares? They're not on the list of the top YouTubers making millions of dollars, ma'am. Why do you? Who cares?
You will be able to grow.
I am growing, man. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you right now on the phone. So we are growing. We got about 1,000 people watching us now, ma'am.
I think they're eating their popcorn listening.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Well, thank you so very much for listening to the show.
I will.
Thank you so very much. Okay. Child, that lady, she calls in every time and she said the same thing. You're not growing. Why is this? Why is that? I'm gonna call Armon Wiggins and make her a moderator because she definitely needs to be paid because she is on the Armon Wiggins fan club. This is why I love my supporters so much. They don't call into other shows. I get dragged. They don't care because they know Wiley can defend himself. So she brings up other YouTubers' name. Who cares? Who cares? That doesn't bother you. Have to get something new to bother me because that does not bother me at all. But we will be the first YouTuber to make $300 million off of YouTube. We're gonna be that first YouTuber. Yes, y'all gonna be seeing some stuff that y'all never seen Wiley do, things that other content creators never do. Y'all gonna be like, what? This is Wiley making 350? Yes, and I'm gonna remember that man. I'm gonna go to her house with them kids, and I'm gonna give them kids each $1 million in scholarships. She's gonna be so shocked. All these other people she talking about, they're not gonna get for $1 million. As soon as we get this $300 million deal, making 400 million up there with Jake Paul and all of them, I'm gonna make sure that we give bump beds to the kids and $1 million each in scholarships. Hey! Yes, and so I'm gonna make sure, probably, right, Paul, maybe about $2 or $3 billion in scholarships. It's never gonna happen. So when I saw that list, I didn't see not one African American blog on there, and I'm like, why is that? Maybe because we are at the bottom doing content, and maybe we need to diversify our content, get into gaming. I got a PlayStation 4, get into some gaming and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to be doing other things. Maybe I'm gonna be jumping off a building, maybe jumping off a building and some cold water, jumping in some cold water and stuff like that. Some creative, maybe start a cooking channel. Okay. Yeah. If she has 6+ kids, we're going to make sure each of them get their own scholarship. Okay. 5101, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Wiley. It's Consciouz TV. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Some of my supporters told me that a basic bitch called in and had some basic questions, so I'm here to give some basic answers.
Oh, okay. Now, the main thing that people are talking about, Storm Monroe came out with some allegations saying that Tasha K and Chelsea wanted him to lie on Vaughn, to say that Vaughn raped Chelsea. Yesterday, you went live and said that Storm didn't lie. So, do you want to clarify that?
Sure, he didn't lie.
So Chelsea, so you're saying that Chelsea and Tasha K wanted to lie on Von Ray and put a rape allegation on him?
I'm saying that the allegation was alleged.
How did you hear? But who did you hear that from?
Whether the allegation is true or whether the allegation is fabricated, I'm not going to allow myself to be privy to speak about. I just affirm the fact that the allegation does exist and it was made and it was also communicated to me.
Can you tell us by who? Because we want to know. Who told you that? Did Tasha tell you that, or did Chelsea tell you that? Or a third party? Can you say this? Or a third party told you that? Did Chelsea or Tasha or a third party?
I plead the fifth, Wiley.
We want to, no, you can't plead the fifth, because I'm ready to call the authorities and get the authorities involved. And y'all saying this stuff, is it true? Did he do this? Because he's in a whole nother relationship. And we all about protecting Black women. Let's put it all out there. Who told you that? Was it a third party, or was it Chelsea or Tasha? Because Von Ray is in a whole nother relationship.
So calm down, Geraldo. If it was true, Wiley, it would definitely have to be the Black woman first who moved on behalf of her own situation and then have the necessary support, to follow that. So if nothing became of the allegations, if the allegation wasn't pursued, then it's an allegation that nothing became a thing of. It was simply an allegation.
But it's making Chelsea and Tasha look bad. It's definitely making Tasha look bad that she wanted to put a lie out on a Black man.
Well, that's what Tasha K to deal with, if that's what she did.
I just want to know, baby, can you tell me offline? Tell me offline who told you that, because I want to know. I'm interested. I want to know, because I was shocked that you came out and you said what you said. I'm like, well, who told Consciouz?
I'm gonna tell y'all what the problem kind of is. The public is gassing an allegation that wasn't pursued beyond being an allegation. So the public is making something more objective than what it really can be. It was an allegation. Monroe is not serving time. He is not in court. He is not in litigation about allegation. Everybody's well. Everybody's in their own
But this
corner.
allegation is
And
here.
when
What
Storm-
if somebody could take this allegation and be like, this really happened? This could actually harm Von Ray. Now that it's out there and more people are talking, like, I'm just saying, because this could actually hurt him.
Well, a lot of things can hurt Vaughn. I mean, he just got out of the hospital. I mean, Von Ray is not, I mean, like, Von Ray is somebody who's living a certain life that's giving him certain issues outside of Tasha K and Chelsea. Von Ray came into all of our space with baggage. He came into all of our space with restraining orders, with previous litigations from previous girlfriends. I mean, for God's sake, Chelsea started dating him while he was locked up. So Von Ray has been a troubled person who has been ravaged with drama prior to even being connected to KB Studios, prior to even entering into a relationship with Chelsea. So we're not talking about some innocent saint and then also trying to make more of an allegation than what it is. When Storm said it, the only reason why I even spoke is because a lot of the conversation on social media was Storm is lying. And I wanted to come to Storm's defense by saying that he's not lying about the allegation. The nature of the allegation, nobody knows. Nobody knows the substance of this allegation. Nobody knows whether this is something that actually transpired and manifested or whether it was something that was created and weaponized. I just simply wanted to reiterate that it is an allegation, and this allegation was articulated not only to Storm, it was also articulated to me.
And I want to know by who, because I don't care how much trouble that Von Ray is or how much baggage she brought into the table, putting a rape allegation on somebody is wrong if it's false. And so if it's true, the authorities need to get involved because he's in a whole nother relationship. I'm thinking about other victims that he can potentially victimize out here in these streets. So when you put it out there to say it was related to you, I want to know by who. Was it Tasha K? Can you answer this? Was it Tasha K? Yes or no?
I'm not here to get into all of that,
You called in. I want to know, was it Tasha K? Because
I called in because my supporters said people over here had questions and I wanted to answer them, but I'm definitely not answering those because the context of why I even spoke was to affirm on Storm's behalf that he's not lying and he did not create this, that he did not concoct this allegation. But this is not something coming out of his imagination. This isn't something that he's just coming up with out of thin air. I articulated on my platform yesterday that this allegation actually was the fundamental thorn in everybody's ass that actually destroyed the entire situation. This is what actually collapsed everything between Storm and Tasha and Vaughn and Chelsea.
Because for me, those are the questions that people want to know. Who told you that? Because a lot of people was calling me. I'm getting texts. I'm getting emails. People was like, oh my gosh. Even now, some YouTubers have put out, including myself, Joey Beauty as well, saying that Tasha K is going to sue Storm for defamation. So you don't agree with Tasha K suing Storm for defamation of character? Because she said that this is all a lie. She said this is defaming her character and her company's character.
Well, she will have to deal with that. And like I said yesterday, there's empirical evidence to prove that this was an allegation.
Where's the evidence? Was it text message as evidence? Phone call recordings?
I'm not here to get into all of that. I'm just simply saying that Storm did not lie.
This is
and Because nothing came of it, that's the whole grace in this entire situation. Nothing came of the allegation.
What if, say, something might come up about it? Because now that it's out there and more people are talking, people are ready to call the authorities because they like, why y'all letting this man walk around free and stuff like that? I'm just saying this is all just looking bad right there. And so I was just trying.
Well, for one, the public doesn't have the authority to get someone else locked up over what they allegedly did to someone else. For one, so people can call the authorities, they can run 911's number until they are blue in the face they can have at it. It's irrelevant.
And so I just want to make sure that you brought it up to clarify that.
Yeah,
to make sure that Storm
to come to Storm's defense because the criticisms were that he was lying and that he concocted this, and that is just simply not true.
All right,
it's not.
All right. Well, thank you so very much. I tried to get some more answers, you guys. Thank you, Consciouz, for coming on. Bye-bye. And so it leads to more answers and more questions because that did not help with a clarification. It just left to more answers. And this can lead to an arrest because the public could be coming out here applying pressure to the DA. They did it to Bill Cosby. And this just did not clear up for me. I'm still kind of confused because I want to know who let Consciouz TV know about these allegations. How did he know? Who told him? He didn't answer that. I said, was it by Tasha K? He didn't answer that. So I'm like, this didn't really come out and clear it up for me as well as the public. Y'all can call in. Anonymous, you live on air. Anonymous, hello. You call in block. Hello.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. All right, so I think what Consciouz just did was very problematic. And here's why. Just like what you just stated, if Tasha K and Chelsea got together to try and concoct false allegations on someone, anyone, right? And then they tried to get Storm in the mix to go along with these allegations. That is a problem, regardless of if it's just allegations or if it's a plot. The fact that someone even thought to do that is very problematic. Now, Storm is not lying because Storm addressed Tasha about these allegations when they did their whole live. There's a video, okay, where Storm and Vaughn, after Vaughn found out that Tasha was trying to do this because he found out that same day that Storm put it out there on Consciouz TV back in January, Vaughn also addressed Tasha regarding these allegations. The only thing that Storm did, so people didn't pay attention, the only thing that Storm did was when he just went live, he basically was explaining the reason why he severed from Tasha K and what Tasha K was trying to get him to do, the illegal things that she was trying to get him to do. And so that's why this all kicked back up. But Storm is not lying. And as far as like with Consciouz, I feel like Tasha K and Chelsea use both Storm and Consciouz TV because Jovi Beauty just said that Chelsea said that what Consciouz was saying as far as alluding to it being possibly true was a lie.
90 seconds.
Happened. So now you have Chelsea telling Jovi it never happened, but you have Chelsea, because we know it's Chelsea, telling Consciouz TV these things, right? Because Chelsea was mad at one point with Vaughn because he was talking about her saggy titties and he was talking about her real bad. That's part of the reason why she went and got the restraining order to prevent him from speaking about her in a negative light online as far as their personal relationship and whatever
60
they had
seconds.
going on, even though she kept getting online bashing him. This right here is very problematic. Okay? And Consciouz TV needs to do a better job with addressing this because it is not good to just sweep this under the rug if Tasha and Chelsea plotted to make false allegations. There's too many of our Black men that is incarcerated or in jail because of false allegations. Trey Songz just had a situation where the lawyer tried to pay somebody $250,000 to lie about fake allegations on him. You get what I'm saying? We already have the Brian Banks. There's no reason why. We already know Tasha K is a liar. I mean, she got to pay Cardi B $4 million. So it's not like as if she's not a liar. She done lied about a lot of stuff that's already on YouTube. So it's not like as if it's something that you can't believe that Tasha K would concoct or make up some type of story. But the fact to plot to make false rape allegations against a black man to get a man incarcerated, and the only reason why I think they did not go through with it is because Storm exposed them and exposed the plot in January when he was on Consciouz Live. Okay, when he was on Consciouz Live in January, when Storm said, you know what happened, and then you tried to get me to lie and say this, and you threatened me, because remember, Storm had to abruptly end the podcast with Von Ray. Storm told Tasha, you threatened me that if I did not lead the podcast, this is what you were going to do. And then he also spoke to her about the whole women followers and how it would look bad on him. He addressed her that day about whatever it was that her and Chelsea was plotting to get him to do. So everybody needs to just go back to Consciouz TV, January 18th video, okay, started the hour mark, and you will hear Storm Monroe addressing Tasha K, and then Von Ray comes on and address Tasha K also. So these allegations or this plot is not something that Storm just pulled out his behind, okay? So Tasha K is a sicko, and she needs to be addressed. She's psychotic, she's demented, she's a sicko, and if that's her mind frame, Tasha K needs to be canceled as well as Chelsea, because for them to be wanting to team together to put that man in jail just because they hated him that much. And the thing about it is that the way Chelsea was chasing to get that boy arrested, to get a restraining order, to do all that stuff, had those allegations been true, he would have been in jail because she was trying to put him in jail. So, no, this cannot be swept under the rug. And people need to know, because if that is Tasha K mindset, we already saw it with the $4 million where she was willing to continue to go on with a lie about herpes and all these other different types of things. If that's Tasha K mindset, she really has real problems, and people really need to wake up and pay attention, because it could be any one of y'all family members that they decide they want to concoct false allegations on, and telling Storm, oh, because you know we're in a climate of believe all women, because that's what Storm said. Tasha K said, you know, it's like, oh, you could be the next Deshaun Watson, or you could be the next this person. Like, why is you threatening him like that? You know, because you know that this climate is believe all women. So, you know, that's all I got to say on this. To me, this is really problematic. Tasha K is a sicko. Chelsea's a sicko. And because the thing about it is why she never came back to your live, and how she gonna sue Storm? Why haven't he gotten a cease and desist? The video is still up on his live. What she's gonna sue him about? She can't sue him about something that she actually went to him and said to him. How's she gonna sue him? And then he has proof, because he addressed her on a whole nother video earlier in the year about the same allegations. So it's not a lie. So what is she gonna sue him for? If anything, he needs to be suing her. That's why her sick, demented self did never come back on your live, and that's why she haven't said anything or even addressed this. That's why Chelsea hasn't got out here and addressed this, because what's she gonna say? She told Jovi that that's a lie. She told Consciouz this one thing. She gonna look stupid coming out saying something different.
Wow. Well, thank you so very much. This is really, really sad and dangerous to play around with these allegations. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. If you have that clip, ma'am, if you have that video, can you email it to me? Because I know you told me the timestamp. Can you email it to me to wileyshow@gmail.com so I can watch it for myself?
Okay, I'll send it to you right now, Wiley.
All right, thank you, because I need to see that. Wow, because I didn't know about that in January. Thank you, caller.
Yes, he said it in January. He actually, when him and Tasha had their face off, he actually addressed her and asked her why would she want him to say that, and said, you know I can't do no stuff like that. He actually confronted her, and Von Ray got on right after him and confronted Tasha.
Okay. Well, make
So
sure
go ahead on and break that story,
Yeah,
Wiley.
yeah. When you send me an email, I'm definitely gonna break it. Thank you, caller. The number is 64.
All right, Wiley.
Thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. Last four 0235.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I have to call back in for a second. Listen,
Yes.
Consciouz, he said a whole lot of nothing, and my issue with him is that how are you gonna come call in to say you want to clear stuff up when you clear nothing up? Like, boy, make it make sense. I think that he's really just clout chasing. I really think he's lying. I don't think no one told him anything about this plot. I think that he just wants to be all in the business, and it's so obvious. He's just messy. Like, do you really need to make up a lie to say that, someone told me that these allegations were true when you can't even tell us who it was? Like, come on now. Like, we ain't dumb. He needs to stop. And that's all I got to say. Thank you, Wiley.
Well, thank you for calling back in. All right. Give me a second. I'm going to go to the next caller. We have so many callers in here. Okay. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hello, Wiley.
Hi.
Hi. I was calling in to totally agree with the caller before the last one. I do remember that live with Consciouz TV and Storm. Consciouz was trying to get Tasha and Storm to kind of work out their issues. And yes, all of that came out during that live. So she is most definitely accurate with that. That did happen. I couldn't remember exactly when it happened, but I do remember that. So no, he didn't make that up at all. And I think what everyone is taking bits and pieces and trying to put it as though Storm was saying that it was an allegation on raping her. He never, well, the R word, I'm sorry, that he said they were going to plot on a story for this to happen. No one ever said it happened. They were just going to lie, basically, and say that it happened to ruin his reputation or because Chelsea was in her feelings because he didn't want her. And to me, I agree with the other caller. That is sick. And I think the reason why maybe Tasha and Chelsea work so good together is because basically they are both just delirious. They will do anything to stay in the spotlight or anything. And to me, with Tasha, I used to love watching her. And then when it started to be where, okay, this is, she got caught in so many lies, it was kind of hard to continue to watch her because you never knew when she was telling the truth or whether she was twisting a story just to get clicks and views. I think she should have took her platform and she could be so much further if she would have left the whole Cardi B situation alone and just went about her business like her husband suggested, just take it down and move forward. You had already grew a big platform. People were following you and loving you, so they would have continued to follow. But it's kind of hard to continue to follow someone that now you have to question everything they say and their credibility. So no, but to speak with the situation with Storm, he wasn't lying. And yes, it is out there. So, and I think with Consciouz, he's just not saying, I don't know if no one called him or whatever, but he was front row during the conversation when it happened on his live when all of this was said originally. So yeah, I think everyone needs to go back and watch it to see, because I think everybody's taking that, oh, well, he's insinuating that Vaughn raped her and this and that. He never said that. He never said that at all. So I just think everybody's just taking bits and pieces and running with it. And that's not fully what was said. So, and then with the Armon and Storm situation, I don't think it necessarily made Storm look weak. I think he is just basically just trying to kill the beef and keep it moving, to move in another direction to where he don't have to constantly keep addressing all the BS that's going on online, because really and truly it gets old. After eventually, I know drama sells, but eventually the story gets dumb. If you keep repeating the same thing over and over again, having the same beef, it get old. So move on, move forward, find beef with somebody else, I guess. I don't know. But that's all I had to say, Wiley. Love your show. Continue to watch.
Thank you. All right, but when he brought that back up, I don't think Storm should have brought it back up because now it's more drama. 9542, calling you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I had to call back in again. All right, the Consciouz thing. What I got from it was that he was saying that Storm was not lying about the allegation, but he never really addressed if Storm was lying about the conversation that supposedly happened between Storm and Tasha. That's what I got from it. Like, he tiptoed around it, but basically he was trying to say that the allegation is true. Storm is not lying about the allegation, but he's not speaking about anything that happened between the conversation between him and Tasha, because he was not there. So he can't say if Tasha blackmailed Storm into, you know, going along with this story or whatever. That's what I got from it. Do you think I'm wrong?
I was want to know who told Consciouz, and he didn't want to answer that. And I said, was it Tasha? He said he didn't want to get into that. So this is really, really sad. So I will be making a phone call to Tasha K after this show to see if she's going to make a statement about it, because this is making her look bad and it's making Chelsea look bad. I did reach out to Chelsea, no response. So we want to see if that's going to happen. I know they said Chelsea reached out to Jovi Beauty and denied it, but no, go on the show. Don't just tell me offline. If you're denying this, put an address on it by showing up. Light, camera, action.
I hear that. All right, Wiley. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Okay, we're down to 2 more callers. 7128, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I had to call back because you told me I had to Consciouz TV actually called in, so now I'm caught up with the T now.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody, Consciouz TV, saying that he's not lying, Storm's not lying. So, and it is going back to all that drama when they was living at Storm's house. But I just feel like it's still Tasha K being, you know, big, bad Tasha K trying to get Storm in check. I guess she feel like this is getting Storm in check. But I do believe, because they was going too hard. Or when all that was happening, it was a mess. You was reporting it, I remember. It was a huge thing over this man. And so I do believe I don't know what he did, but he did something. And Tasha and Chelsea, they ain't feeling Vaughn. That's why they kicked Storm to the curb, because he wasn't willing to. They said he wasn't willing to be partners in whatever situation with Vaughn. So it could have been that. So just go back. It's like it's been messy about Vaughn, and it's been Chelsea, Tasha K, and Storm, and they all been at Storm's house. So I feel like, why everybody picking on Storm? And he invited all these people into his life. Y'all don't look at it like that?
I'm looking at it like, wow, why would anybody want to put allegations against Vaughn if it's not true? That's dangerous behavior. So my mind is stuck on that.
All of it is right, and it stems from your girl. I'm sorry. Because why? And who is Vaughn? Vaun is the girl who was with the girl in the Housewives. And he's been cheating. So it's like, why? And I feel like it's true. I honestly do. And Tasha just neither. I don't think that's why she ain't saying nothing. And she might say something, but it's not going to be what everybody need to hear either. So she ain't going to tell the whole truth either. So while everybody fussing and saying this and that, you don't know the truth either, because she ain't saying nothing. But we do know they were all into it over that man. And they all split up because of they wasn't sticking together.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for calling in. All right. We'll give you a second. We got one more call in here. 5101.
Hi, Wally. It's CTV again.
Okay, you back. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's try this again in slow motion. I want to. I don't know whether it's selective hearing or it's a comprehension issue. Pay attention to the word allegation. And maybe people can put a definition of what an allegation is in the stream. Allegation. Storm was told something. Something was alleged. What Storm said was alleged was not just told to him. What the public seems to want Storm to do, and now I to do, is to somehow know whether the allegation is genuine or not. Neither one of us are privy to know that. We don't know if the allegation is something that transpired or didn't. It was something that was communicated. Okay? Now, if it is true, that's a situation for Chelsea to deal with. Okay? If it ain't true, we don't even know that it ain't true. So there it is. Now, Storm did address things in January. He alluded to Tasha Vaughn slightly as well in his confrontation with Tasha, and then nothing came of it, and then it came back up again, and people are running with this, but it's an allegation, and that's all that we know. And I'm just here to say that it wasn't just communicated to Storm, but I do maintain that it was nothing but an allegation. We don't know anything else about the allegation. We don't know whether it's real or false. We don't know whether it's contrived, concocted, whether it's genuine. We don't know anything else. It was just alleged. How do you feel about that, Wiley?
Well, for me, I look at allegations as very dangerous because I look at the former Virginia lieutenant governor had allegations towards him, and it kind of damaged his political career. So allegation can be very dangerous, whether it's true or not. Once it's out there, that can mess up a potential deal for Von Ray. It's just very unfortunate. I don't know. I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to watch the live that he did on your channel back in January and come back and give an updated response. But let's be clear, an allegation can be just as dangerous, whether it's true or not. Once it's out there, especially when you say raped and it was a woman, that can be damaging towards somebody's career. Now that it's back out there, and more people talking about it now than it was back in January. I personally would have felt like if Storm would have never brought it back up, because now that it's brought back up, now we asking more questions. So,
well, Vaughn has a choice to continue to move on with his life because he has he has bigger fish to fry that are actually objective versus rumor milling. But all I know is Storm did not lie about the allegation, but it is in fact an allegation. And if Vaughn feels the need to do something about that, then he can do something about that. If Tasha chooses to try to hold Storm accountable for something that was in fact told to him, then she also will have to deal with the black and white.
Okay.
She has to deal with the black and white on it. So there's black and white on it. And on that note, I'm out.
All right. Thank you so very much. Listen, you guys, we tried to get to the bottom of this situation. It is definitely more questions than answers. Okay. I definitely think the authorities should get involved. I believe that. What about you, Paul? Think the authorities should get involved? I really think that the authorities should definitely get involved with this, because it's something in my spirit that just not feel right. So is it a lawsuit or what? But I want to make a quick announcement. I will be in Vegas next weekend. I need a vacation. After this, I need a vacation. I will be going to Vegas August 26th, 27th, 28th. We will be going, and we're going to be seeing, Usher concert. I do want to meet Usher. So if y'all have any backstage passes, hit me up, because I definitely want to see Usher and definitely want to go to the Usher concert. Definitely going to the Usher concert, but I want to meet him. Super excited to be going to Vegas. I definitely need a vacation after these allegations that came out about Von Ray. I'm like, oh Lord, I definitely need to Give me a vacation started. So I dropped the link for Storm. I see he dropped back in the chat. So if he want to come on, he's more than welcome to.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
I need to listen to that, okay?
Don't stop. Keep it going.
Okay, people saying move on. No, people are not going to move on. They made videos about it and stuff like that. I will be reaching out to Von Ray again to get a statement from him. I'm part of It's Public, so I'm going to do a little bit more digging on this situation. I know I reached out to the baby moms, and she did not want to give a comment on it because I asked her, were you violated by Von Ray? I'm asking some questions. So I definitely will be contacting her again, and I will be contacting Von Ray to get a statement from him. I definitely want to give a special shout out to the moderators for their support, for calling in. Thank you so very much. If y'all have that video, I will probably call Consciouz back in January because I want to watch it and get my notes and come back and talk about it. If you have not liked the video, like the video. It is free to do. You can text Wiley to 888-534-4939 to be notified when we go live. And I do want to give a special shout out to people that was giving cash out. Shout out to y'all. We got the cash up down here, $ Marquise Wiley 28. I'm super excited. I haven't even opened up my my new PC, and I haven't even opened up my monitor yet. So I gotta set that all up. But I definitely want to say thank y'all so very much. Shout out to y'all. We had about almost 1,000 people in the chat. Thank you so very much. Yes, thank you so very much for the support. That's right, Wiley. Give Ray, Chelsea, and Tasha and Storm on the panel at the same time. Catch them there. I definitely want to. They said Consciouz TV is sending mixed messages, people, that y'all, he just said that it was true and it was an allegation. Now he's saying that it was a fake allegation and that it was made up. This definitely had to go to Tasha K camp and see what Tasha K gonna say. Armon Wiggins, Armon and Storm are friends now. Wiley, stay away from them both. Use them for clicks and views. Wiley got to prep my lemon pepper wings. Wiley is why is this so far-fetched? Chelsea asked Wiley to write a letter against Vaughn. Y'all are really acting slow. And we didn't write that letter. I'm definitely not writing that letter. I thought about it and I was like, no, I'm not gonna write the letter. Oh my gosh, no, absolutely not. I'm not writing the letter. Not gonna do it. I just received a text that Von Ray is gonna bring this act up to the judge. Because Von, give me a second. Because Von Ray is trying to get out of the order of protection. So he said he's definitely going to petition the court to look into this. Okay. That he's trying, from my understanding, they're saying that Von Ray's trying to get an order of protection against Chelsea. So I don't know how that's going to operate, how that's going to come out. Wow. Make sure we're definitely going to do an after show on Station Head. Let me get it together. We definitely let me get this Station Head thing together. Hold on one second. We're gonna do an after show on Station Head. A second while I bring it up. Let me, if I can drop the link in there. Make sure you download Station Head. Nicki Minaj was on Station Head last week. I'm definitely getting that together. Hold on one second. Shout out to the moderators. Y'all have been working really, really hard because the chat has been getting thick. So thank you so very much for that. And shout out to our new moderator, Tasha. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for your support. I did see all the moderators in the house. Shout out to y'all. Okay. So we are going to do the after show on Station Head. Thank you so very much to send a cash app. We're going to put those cash apps to the new chair. We're going to get a new chair and I'm going to get a new table because I'm adding all this extra equipment and stuff. Thank you so very much. Right. Wait a minute. It said, who was in the chat? Thank you so very much to the mods. Love y'all so very much. Consciouz spoke like allegations was true. Now he's saying, million allegations. See what I told you? You should shut up. Oh my gosh. if somebody like wow, I don't see Storm Monroe's comment. I was gonna pin it because I don't see his comment. It's the chat moving by so fast, so I can't see it. It's moving by so fast. Thank you all. So we're not looking for no more moderators right now. We are good. I rarely add new moderators. Like it's very rarely because the moderators that mods on this channel been modding for me for years. Some been modding me when I was on the bus, when I was didn't even have 1,000 subscribers. Been modding for us. So we definitely gonna do it. I still haven't received the email of the text message from January. The video, because I would like to listen to it from my notes. Radio. Goodbye. Okay, well, I would like to listen to it from my notes. Going to keep the ish going. He got coins to make, not friends to fake. Yeah, I got coins to make. These people are not my friends. I have good associates, but I'm going to talk about it. It's public. And so if we get any denials from Von Ray, we would definitely bring it to you. I know he's healing up. Where's the video from the text message and the video from January? That's what I want to know, because that's what I want to get into. Let me check my email before we get up out of here. Yes, rest in peace to B Scales. I did a video with B Scales years ago, and I may restream it in her honor. She was just so supportive of the Wiley Show. I'm definitely going to miss her. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. We will see y'all over there on Stationhead. Oh, let me drop the link for Stationhead. Give me a second. Hold on, y'all. Let me drop the link over here on Stationhead. So if you want to come on, listen, we unfiltered over there. We're unfiltered over there. We're definitely unfiltered. I didn't get why y'all don't understand what she was saying. It's not that we don't get it. We still have more questions. That's what it is. We still have more questions. So thank you so very much. That was a strategic move on Storm part. Very strategic and stuff like that. It's definitely great. It's feeding the streets. And thank you so very much. I've met some new YouTubers that wanted me on the show, and I declined them all. We're not doing any interviews with anybody else's channel. Not right now. We're on a blackout. I will, when my book come out next year, I will do interviews. But right now, I'm not going to anybody else's channel unless you are somebody that I'm really, really cool with. And then you say, hey, Wiley, come over. But any new people, not right now. I'm on a blackout. I will be doing a tour once my new book drop sometime next year. All right. Thank y'all so very much. We will see y'all over there on Stationhead. Listen, if you don't like no cuss words, don't come over to Stationhead. Don't come over to Stationhead because we drag over there, okay? Y'all thumbs up the video, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all over there on Stationhead. Peace.